stream, but like it picks and chooses when I need to do it. I probably gotta check my drivers because I might have an update again. But
I haven't updated my drivers in a minute. I'm not gonna lie.
Nick, what are you doing?
Not updating my drivers. I have a 970 in this shit, nigga. It ain't gonna help me no way.
It's gonna help you a lot more than not updating the shit. A lot more.
I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I'm really doing more harm than nothing.
A lot more. Like an immense amount more.
I'll do it after because you know they make you restart your shit.
Oh yeah, whenever you update your shit, you get beasted just straight out the rip, just beasted.
Dog.
Like computer gonna turn off, it's gonna restart twice, then it's gonna update, then it's gonna tell you that it restarted. It's dirty how they do.
Then you gonna get back home there and be like, hey, you gotta restart.
Dead ass. Nah,
you gotta restart again, brother. That restart ain't count.
Basically. Well, what's going on, people? Welcome back to another episode of the Running Those Games podcast. We ain't got the full squad today. It's just me and Big because everybody else sleep because responsibilities and I got off work late and shit. But you know what I'm saying? We being consistent on this side, first and foremost. With that being said, like to make a shout out to everybody who pulls up to the streams and listens to the podcast consistently on all platforms because we are available on all platforms. We talk in Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Stitch Radio, and of course Anchor, which makes it easy for us to get our podcast heard on all these platforms any old way. Big, you got anything, bro?
You see me being a big worm right now. This is my Halloween costume. You feel me?
I hate you. I hate you.
Hey, man, I gotta live with it. This is how I showed up to the podcast, man.
I just
showed up with the clips in, man. They call me Charlie Clips, but not for the same reason. What, man?
I'm gonna ban you. But side though, you might want to turn me down a little bit because I can hear me again.
Oh shit.
Any old way, folks. I really got too many announcements aside from make sure you be peeping the Thoroughbred Talks, my solo dolo podcast, as well as more merch designs and whatnot coming along the way. We're gonna make the switch from Spreadshop to Teespring pretty damn soon. So yeah, go ahead, stay on the lookout, keep your head on the swivel. Shit's about to get real out here.
For me with merch.
Gang. Now, let's go ahead and get on into this thing. Now we're gonna go ahead and just jump on in ass naked. We ain't playing no games. We getting straight to the meat and potatoes. PlayStation, after literal fucking months, finally gave us a goddamn release date and price point. Only problem is, like most of us found out and things of that sort, was the way that they managed the pre-orders, which we're going to talk about more into the podcast, was atrocious. Almost as bad as it was waiting for a damn price and release date.
Good God.
It was bad. Sony did show us a couple things in the press conference. They showed us Harry Potter RPG. I'm here for that. They also showed some Spider-Man gameplay. Y'all already know that we're here for that as well. You know what the fuck going on. And did they show anything else that I could think about off the top of my head? Oh yeah, they showed another God of War teaser, and then what's that one? The Demon Souls. For all
they showed Final Fantasy, but I don't really care for Final Fantasy.
That story is literally just as confusing as Kingdom Hearts, so yeah. But for all my masochists out there, you know, Demon Souls. No.
Y'all got that. Hey, y'all got that.
I'm not playing that shit. I told you.
Definitely. Yeah. For anybody that also loves to scare themselves, Five Nights at Freddy's. Not gonna lie, out of all scary games besides Outlast, yeah, no, that's right next to Outlast for me. Like other scary games, I'm sorry, I've never been to, because I know the lore of Five Nights at Freddy's, because I find the story, like the actual story of it, to be very fascinating, even though it's very gory. Because it's about murdered children and them being vengeful and shit like that. But the story itself is pretty cool. But because I know the story, it makes the game even worse for me. Because you already know I'm a scary ass motherfucker. Don't ask me to play a scary game.
Not an ounce.
It will not get played. Hey, I told my chat, $80. I play Five Nights at Freddy's for $80. One stream. That's it. I know you're gonna do it. Somebody gonna do it. I knew as soon as I said it, I fucked up, but I already said it. So now I'm here.
Katie, you say?
Yeah, the lore of that game is actually really good. I get the level of how far the lore goes is like it's not as bad as Kingdom Hearts because Kingdom Hearts they had you playing games that you never really wanted to play just to figure out more about the story.
Okay. Before I let you continue on, so y'all, everybody who's ever watched me, who knows me by now, which a lot of y'all should by now, knows Kingdom Hearts is near and dear. That's my shit. For the love of fuck, I have a Kingdom Hearts wallet, and I have a Kingdom Hearts water bottle. I also have an actual Kingdom Hearts Keyblade and full costume at my old house. Love the game, have all of them shits, right? You know the game's lore and story is doing the most when key parts of the story are attached to the mobile game. So I have shit tons of mobile games. I be out here in these streets, right? This Kingdom Hearts one right here, yeah, that has pieces of the story to it. I hate it here. And we're talking PlayStation 2, like Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, then all the DS ones, and then the remaster, which added more shit, and then now this, and then the Chain of Memories, all this stuff, and then 3, which was
we ain't gonna talk about it.
Yeah, so yeah, Kingdom Hearts convoluted that story as hell for no reason. Fucking 4 Rikus and 6 Kairi, nigga. Ooh.
But the Five Nights at Freddy's story, it's not to that level. But they definitely have. So it was originally supposed to be one game. This was actually going to be the original Five Nights at Freddy was actually going to be this game developer's final game because nothing ever took off.
Damn.
And yeah, you've seen in stores all the toys and shit. This nigga makes money now.
Yeah.
He has an entire book series. He has like Goosebumps type books as well.
Word.
With multiple stories in it. Well, each book has 3 little stories in it. They're all kind of fucked up. There's one where one of the animatronics literally this girl asked her one wish to make her beautiful. She literally started chopping off her limbs one by one and turning her into a big pile of pretty much junk robot. Stole her skin and everything. Stole her entire body. Took her body, let the child die. There was another one where a girl was trapped in one of the animatronic's stomach, and he let her choose the way that he was going to kill her. Yeah, it's not child friendly. This story is not child friendly at all.
So he has to be like Stephen King's cousin or something like that. Because for those of y'all who don't know, like that book series, like the actual books are actually 10 times worse than the movies.
Oh yeah.
Just so y'all know.
I'll say it is not a pleasant motherfucker at all.
Yeah, it's a lot worse. Like the movies give off like a small sliver. And when I say small, incredible, like I'm talking like, you know how everybody's pissed off about Django and like how it did like the whole racism thing and how Tarantino literally said this is like a fraction. A tenth of a fraction of how bad slavery actually was. This
is not the entire story of what slavery was.
Yeah, it's like they gave y'all this much and y'all lost your shit. I'm in theaters like, yeah, I read about it.
They had one white man say nigga. One. Dog. People lost their shit.
Dog, they heard.
White people was not saying it like crazy back then.
They had my man, what was my name? Leonardo DiCaprio say nigga like the whole time. Well, not the whole time, but like the majority of the time in that movie or whatever. And people lost their mind. I lost my mind because
he said it pretty smooth.
Yeah, he was comfortable with that. I'm just saying, like you a damn good actor, my nigga. You could have not been realistic with that one.
Let's say I understand getting into your roles. You was a little bit too smooth, brother.
I mean, the fact that when he broke the skull or whatever, he actually cut his hand and kept acting.
See, that's a good actor right there.
I'm so, like when he was going like on his rant or whatever, then like smashed like the slave skull or whatever. He like that blood that was actually him bleeding, but he stayed in character the whole time.
And then just after the scene, they finally took care of it.
Yeah, like everybody clapped for a little bit. Like, all right, clean him.
He's like, oh no, I really cut my shit. Oh
yeah, like there's another one in Lord of the Rings where Aragorn kicks the helmet or whatever. He broke his foot, so that yell that he let out was a authentic yell. Like he actually broke his shit.
He he is devoted to his role. I'll give him that.
Yeah, like
devoted as hell.
These actors actually be out here, but anyway, yeah, he said that shit a little too comfortably. But yeah, he was like, that's a tenth of how bad slavery was. So like, y'all seeing that slave get eaten by dogs. For those of you who don't know, Nat Turner actually got skinned. Like his skin was sold as like wallets and like lampshades and shit like that. Like slavery was a lot more atrocious than what school will teach you.
I told so you about that little pear-looking device.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you told me about bucking. I was like, all right, yep.
Mm-hmm. Bucking, castrate, and everything. There's a reason, not to get too deep into all this shit. We're gonna get back to games in a second, people. This just kind of just happens with me and Biggie just be talking. There's like this whole entire thing where there's like a reason, like in the black community or whatever, why it's so difficult, more or less, for like our community to like to accept homosexuality. Because back in them times, you were seeing the most masculine man, which in some cases, like, was your dad, uncle, whatever. If you were lucky enough to be in the same plantation, or whatever, essentially get emasculated.
Yeah.
So that kind of like will trickle down, and that's why we kind of like. I'm not gonna say weeks. Personally, I don't really give a fuck. More ways than one. Yeah. So personally, I don't really give a fuck because one of my best friends is gay, and I have gay relatives and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I really don't give a fuck who you fucking. It ain't got nothing to do with me. But that's why, like in the majority of the black community, it's like frowned upon or like they don't like it because it's kind of been ingrained as like a bad thing. But anyway, yeah. Go ahead, Biggie. We'll talk about the confusing ass story of Friday Nights at Freddy's and how dark and gory it is. That shit is horrible.
Because the original way the story started out was because the guy, game theory. It kind of helped his channel blow up even more. That just single series
really
got him. Yes, that is one of his most viewed series probably on his channel.
Damn.
And it started out because I remember watching that first video because that first video I wanted to like. Hearing theories on games and like how it might be connected to real life events is kind of cool.
Yeah.
The original game was tied to a real life like shooting that happened at a Chuck E. Cheese.
Now I remember. Now I'm remembering this.
Yeah, you saw it. It was like 5 different people got shot. 1 lived.
Yep.
And got to tell the cops, and it was pretty much that killer living in purgatory, having to deal with the people that he killed.
Yep.
And that was really cool. And then, the series blew up and had to continue. It had to continue. And it got to the point where he actually made a full-on story where it was this guy who was murdering children and was stuffing them in the suits. And their souls would get connected to the suits. And then it gets so ridiculous because then he tries to figure out why the souls are connected to the suits and melts the metal that has the soul in it and makes remnant, aka soul juice, and makes his own animatronics with the new souls, with the soul juice. It gets ridiculous. I will say that. I will say that it ends off the theory. The way that I like to say it ends off, because the theory actually had a kind of definite ending, even though it wasn't really definite, was the guy finally died. And it was his partner, because it was 2 people. It was William Afton and Henry whatever. And Henry let him know, like, he was burning down the building that had all the animatronics, all the dead kids, and William in it. Told him, there's a special place in hell for you, so do not keep the devil waiting. And in the next game, the theory was you were playing as William Afton, stuck in hell, tormented by all the different things that he created. Either with his son, he didn't want his son going to the restaurants because he knows what he does there. He doesn't want him seeing that, so he literally was creating discs to give his son nightmares.
Hold up, is that the one where
of animatronics?
Hold up, is that the one like where you're like the little kid sitting at the edge of the bed?
When you're in the bed.
Yep. I remember. Yeah, I'm remembering this.
That was William giving him nightmares.
Jesus Christ!
None of that was real.
All right.
So there was that. Obviously, all the different kids that he did kill, and the one that possesses Golden Freddy, which all of them named the one you should not have killed because he's the reason that he's stuck in this infinite torment. Like even if you beat the game on the hardest mode, which is all the different animatronics on 20.
Yeah, trying to come after you. Fuck that.
If you beat that, the theory was you see, like at the end of it, you will see Golden Freddy twitching, and it's his soul refusing to let you go. He's like, no, do it again.
Imagine.
The series is honestly, it's probably one of my favorite theories to go over. Because it never ends because the developer actually likes the theories that he makes and he gives him hints on what he's thinking. Like he actually gets involved with the channel and stuff. So it's actually really cool because it's a developer that enjoys watching theories on his own game and will let you know if you're actually not wrong.
I'm sorry, but there's 3 different ways from Sunday that you got me fucked up. Like, I'm sorry, that's some sick shit.
It's definitely some sick shit. But I'm sorry, it's so interesting. It's one of those, like, it's very disturbing, but I can't turn away.
Yeah.
But I've refused to play those games the entire time. I will watch theories on them. I won't even watch people play them because fuck that.
Oh shit!
I
watched
watch
Dashy
Chase, I'm scared of bears,
which is fucking hilarious to me.
So I do not need to have nightmares about robotic bears that are trying to kill me.
Again, you being scared of bears is the funniest shit ever.
All I know is animatronic suits are like 8 feet tall.
Oh,
I refuse to have an 8 foot tall robotic bear chasing my ass down in my nightmare.
Oh, we gonna box. I don't give a fuck. We gonna box, goddammit.
Yeah, that was cool. Was there any other game that was cool?
Nah.
Call of Duty stuff was cool, but like it was Call of Duty.
I'm excited.
They showed us the cool colors and blowing up shit like a Michael Bay movie.
Yeah, the typical COD trailer. I mean, the multiplayer one dropped. Well, we gotta talk about COD later though. But I mean, you know, they gave us the normal trailer of like unrealistic shit that you're probably never going to do.
Oh, I remember I was like, yo, when has the RCXD ever moved this fast? That shit was zooming past cars. That was, yo, a RCXD has never moved that fast in Call of Duty.
Even with turbo, dog, like,
dog, that shit was zooming. Like, yo, what do you put in this shit?
Apparently nitrous. But enough about like all the games and whatnot. So PlayStation actually finally gave us a damn price and release day. Greatest thing about this is, for one, it's not that expensive compared to what we were all thinking. We were all anticipating 700, 600 region.
After I saw what Xbox did, I was like, they might go like 6 at most.
Yeah. I mean,
Xbox tried to put their dick on the table. I'm not gonna lie.
Tried. They still did. Because they still have all their services and shit like that. Like Xbox is still the better.
The still there.
Yeah, like they still have like the better like overall bang for your buck like console. Still,
like if you don't have if you don't have enough money to be buying a console and hella games, Xbox. Simple.
Yep.
Because you can just buy the console and get you like because I think EA Access is about to get bundled with Game Pass.
Yep.
So you can literally just get Xbox and get Game Pass Ultimate for a year and you'll be good.
Yeah, and that has EA games and all Xbox games, which is again, you can't beat that shit. You can't.
Like, as much as it doesn't have all the craziest games on there, it's still better than PS Now. It's 1,000 times better.
Oh, easily, because I can still keep the fucking games even after I stop paying for the shit.
Exactly.
You can't do that with PS Now. So you stop paying, you don't have it no more.
You're not downloading it.
Yeah, that's why PS Now is garbage. Oh my fucking, get out of here. But yeah, fuck PS Now. But the problem is though, folks, is so the release date is November 12th for like the world, November 10th I think for like certain countries or whatever, which stinks.
Yeah, it was weird. It said the rest of the world. And then it was like just named like 5 or 6 different countries where it was coming out. Like, damn.
Dog, it was. I remember most of it. It was like Japan, South Korea, I think New Zealand, Canada. No, I don't think we get it.
It's the first one. I'm pretty sure it said U.S.
Check the picture. I remember did not say it said the rest of the world, dog. We ain't get no love. They said, "Oh, America." No.
Oh, I gotta scroll up then, but I'm pretty sure it said U.S. because me and Rambo were both looking at it.
I did not see. That's why I said South Korea and I made a frown face.
Yeah.
Like, damn, they get it before us though.
Oh, I will say, I don't know how they did it, but PlayStation somehow had the worst and the best conference. And the reason I say that is they started off with that boring ass 2-hour long SSD explanation. Like an hour and a half talk about SSDs, 30 minutes on why they can only do backwards compatibility with PS4 games.
A load of bullshit.
And then came out with the pre-order registering idea, which was fucking retarded.
Bunch of bullshit.
They realized they fucked up, so they were like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna print out more consoles. We're gonna ship out more consoles than we were planning on," because they realized, oh, people don't like this. Oh, we fucked up.
Literally.
And then they come out, and I'm not gonna lie. Like I said, Xbox. You said Xbox definitely dropped meat on the table, but then Sony came out here.
Nah, Sony came out here with the BBC.
Like that.
There we go.
And it was just like, yo, they showed mad games. Like some of them are also coming to PC. Like that Deathloop. I'm not buying that on PlayStation. I'm buying that on PC.
PC. Big PC.
I think Harry Potter's coming out on PC as well.
I'm not sure about that one. I think that was going to be a PlayStation only one. I think I don't remember.
I'm not 100% sure on that one. I know I'm not 100% sure on that one. There was a couple there where I was like, oh, these are cool. And I was like, but are they coming out on PC though?
Yeah, because if they coming out on PC, hey yo, you got to hold that one player.
Because
said PC, Xbox,
I think
and PlayStation.
Sony's about to start going the same route as Microsoft.
Mm-hmm.
Of like, yeah, it's on our console, but you can also play it on PC because they want more sales.
Yep.
Because at the end of the day, you can have all these exclusives, but you're going to get more sales if you put it on PC because you just exponentially grew the amount of people that could buy your game.
And I mean, hey, I'm only using this thing right here for 2K and the few exclusives that aren't on PC.
Yeah. Anything that's not optimized for PC might get on the PlayStation.
Swear to God. I swear to God.
Unfortunately, that might be you in Call of Duty. Unfortunately. Unknown said that Harry Potter is on PC, Xbox, and PlayStation. So it's a multi-plat.
60.
I love Harry Potter, dog.
I do too.
Dog, I ain't read the books a lot. I love the movies.
I read all them shits.
My sisters loved reading so much and loved Harry Potter. They would literally read like a whole book in almost one night.
Yeah, I was damn near on that level.
I was like, I'm not doing all that, but I love the series.
I'm just saying though, Draco Malfoy, come see me.
Even though I want to be a part of Slytherin, I'm sorry. I want to be a part of Slytherin. I want to be a part of the bad guys, man. I'm not gonna lie. But I don't fuck with Malfoy or Snape, man. Both of them. Even though the actual actor, R.I.P. that man, but his character, I don't like Snape.
You a bad guy. Okay.
Hey man, in video game world, I can do it.
Yeah.
Real life.
Yeah.
Hey, real life, I ain't that guy. I'm not gonna lie. I ain't that guy in real life.
I think there was a test.
Hey, smile. I can't take it away.
Exactly my point. Exactly. I'm pretty sure there was like a test or whatever that like decided like where you would go like based off your personality. I think I got like Ravenclaw or some shit like that.
I'm not gonna lie. If I get Hufflepuff, I'm restarting.
Hey, if you get Hufflepuff, you gonna get laughed at. Hold up, Hufflepuff. No, I take that back. Oh boy, what was
Hufflepuff has some good people, but I just don't want to be a part of them.
Nah, but who was the old boy? Who was close? Who was like tied in with Harry though? He was the goofball who kept fucking up everything. I forgot buddy's name.
Was he like bigger?
Yeah, he was the other like he had the potential to actually be the chosen one as well.
I don't remember. I know who you're talking about. I don't remember his name because he was big, and then I remember like in the movie, didn't he like lose weight?
Yeah, like toward the end, like he got skinny.
Yeah, I don't remember who it was.
You know what?
Doing the Googles.
I gotta do my Googles, dog, because I gotta know. I got to know.
Just look up Harry Potter Chosen Ones or something.
Yep, Harry Potter. Cast. This works. Because I don't remember buddy's name.
You remember his face?
I can see his face right now. It's pissing me off.
I'm pretty sure I know who you're talking about. Once again, can't think of the name.
Neville Longbottom.
Him?
Yep. Neville Longbottom. I couldn't remember his fucking name. I remember something goofy.
I know who you were talking about. I couldn't remember his name.
Yeah, he was the one who always like kept screwing up everything, but like, like in like towards like the end of the movies, he became a real ass nigga. I was like, yeah, my boy Neville, my boy Neville.
I'm not gonna lie, by the way, it's probably if the squad were to get that game, it would really just be me, you, and Rambo, and maybe Kenny.
Oh, I'm going nuts. I'm going nuts
because you know Agent ain't getting it because you know Harry Potter spiders, hella spiders. I was like, they had a whole movie about spiders. Agent is not getting on that game. You're not getting K-Dog. You might not even get Rambo on that game, to be honest, because I don't think he remembers how many spiders there were, especially in that part of the movie.
Hey, Rambo, Agent
done.
Oh, that's content. Oh, that's content.
Agent is not playing.
Oh yeah, he is. We just got to exclude that part. We got to tell us DLC.
As soon as he sees it, he's going to call. He's going to get mad at us for not telling him. He's going to be.
I don't give a fuck.
But K-Dog might play it.
K-Dog might play it. Agent, oh yeah.
Because I don't think K-Dog has a big fear of spiders.
I mean, shit, I want to get back on
I didn't know there was dinos in that game. I didn't know there was dinos in that universe. Because I'm like, yo, is he fighting a dinosaur?
Well, I mean, it is kind of like magic, so they're able to, like, essentially, like...
They can kind of put what they want.
Yeah, they can basically do whatever they want. I mean, I seen that dragon, like, little fight thing. I was like, hey, yo, I need parts.
Oh, yeah.
I need parts.
All I know is if the one that shall not be named will be in there.
I'm whooping his ass on sight. On God, I'm whooping his ass, dog.
You better be the final boss is all I know.
I'm whooping his monkey ass for what he did to my mans in Hufflepuff and the Goblet of Fire joint, dog. I ain't forgive that nigga at all.
We ain't forgive him in the beginning of the story. We didn't like him then. He was trying to kill a baby.
He was a bitch ass nigga. I mean, if you
trying to off a baby.
But I mean, if you know that baby's like, because I mean, you got to think about it. Harry Potter was that damn strong to where he warded off the strongest like wizard. Like, you a different breed. Like, I'm trying to off that baby too, though. We being honest. Like, that baby got to get these hands, dog.
I understand, but I still don't like him.
Oh, not House. I don't like him or the witch bitch, the crazy one.
Oh, yeah, nah. Yeah, I don't remember her name, but I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, because she killed one of Ron's brothers, dog. I'm not going for it.
And then Snape killed Dumbledore. Fuck Snape.
Yeah, fuck Snape. But I mean, he did it for a reason, though. Because I mean, Snape was always technically down with the right side or whatever, but you know, he was conflicted. Because I mean, that's why he always protected Harry in the movies and whatnot. Because he loved his mom. He hated his dad. That's why the funniest thing was.
So what I'm hearing is Snape was a simp.
He was. He was a rock in a hard place, if we being honest. Because remember, Harry's dad was a dick. They made, like, in the beginning movies, they made Harry's dad look like some great guy who was just nice, you know, Steph Curry level, right? Then you find out this nigga's Patrick Beverly, dog. Like, that's
like, word? That's what we doing?
That's what you literally find out, because he was picking on Snape all the time, and Harry's mom was always nice to him. So that's why with Harry, he was like, I don't like you, but you have your mama's eyes, so I got you.
I'm gonna save you, but I still don't like you.
Yeah, like, that's basically what it was.
Fuck you, but you're not dying on my watch.
Exactly. And I mean, he died protecting Harry too. So I mean,
still fuck him.
I get it. I get it. I definitely get it.
I'm sorry, you killed Dumbledore. You killed the old man. That nigga was real.
I mean, fuck Draco Malfoy. He was a bitch ass nigga too, and his daddy.
Damn, we didn't forget about him, but we talking about Snape.
I'm sorry, dog. I want to stomp both of them niggas out. Cause who was it?
I didn't like Malfoy from the beginning.
Oh, he was a fuck nigga. But I mean, on top of that though, his dad killed Dalby, dog. No, it was the witch bitch that killed Dalby. Cause remember
that movie in so long.
I remember like bits and pieces of it, but yeah. I remember they were like escaping because like Harry, Hermione, and Ron got captured. They're like in some house or whatever, and Dalby was there, and he broke them out. And then when they were going to like transport somewhere else, the witch bitch shot him or whatever, and he ends up dying on the beach. And then his last words was like Dalby's happy or something like that, or like Dalby's with friends.
Nigga Dalby, man.
That hit soul right there. That hit soul right there. Facts.
Hey, when he started standing up for himself,
bro, Dalby's like, I ain't no bitch, nigga. I'm like, yeah.
Like, yeah, go ahead. Dog.
I ain't gonna lie to you though. If I was in like that wizardry world or whatever, yeah, I know magic, but I got hands too, dog. I'm punching a lot of y'all in the face.
I gotta do all these spells. I ain't gotta spell nothing for these.
The second I see a wrist flick, dog.
Nigga slap the shit out your wand, nigga. Get the shit out of here.
Facts. I'm just saying that's just me, bro. I mean, fucking Harry did no. Hermione punched Malfoy. You see how effective that was? I'm telling you, sometimes you gotta punch motherfucker in the mouth.
These some wizards. Hands work definitely. These niggas ain't buff.
Dog, there was not one strong wizard except for literally in the Goblet of Fire when they had that one Russian school. That was it.
Is Hagrid a wizard?
Yeah. No,
he also counts. If he's a wizard, he also counts because Hagrid's a beefy nigga.
He knows magic, but I think he's a giant too, though. He's a giant wizard.
He's a lot of things.
I mean, the nigga had a Cerberus as a pet.
Dog. Didn't he have he had some weird pets, dog.
He literally had like an actual griffin as a pet. A damn Pegasus, I think, or some shit like that.
I remember the griffin.
Yeah. I remember the Cerberus because that one was dope to me.
The griffin I remember because then they had to kill him. That was a sad day. Mm-hmm. I was like, damn.
I mean, Hedwig got off too, though, dog. Like, everybody was getting caught, dog. Harry Potter went left. If, like, you read the books, you know who's going to get clapped.
That series is not child-friendly after, like, the first one.
I'd probably give it, like, third. Because, the Sorcerer's Stone was good.
Also, that little ghost girl was a hoe. In the form of, she was definitely trying to be a hoe.
Yeah, she definitely went the one.
She was for the streets. I'm not gonna lie.
But I mean, she kind of got murdered too, though, which was
like she got murdered, so she's like, "Fuck it." But like, you still for the streets. You just a ghost for the streets, though.
Hey, ghosts got streets too, apparently.
Apparently.
I mean,
the ghost in your house right now that's for the streets. You never know.
The Prisoner of Azkaban was fire, but once they killed Sirius Black, though, dog, that's when I knew it was like shit's about to get real.
Hey, when bodies started dropping ridiculously, you're like, "Oh, this is what we do."
This
is what we doing now,
dog. And bodies started dropping fast. Like I swear, like after like maybe book 3 or 4, that's when because 4 was the Goblet of Fire. After that, everybody getting offed. Everybody.
It turned into Game of Thrones real quick.
Dog, because at first it was like just like the magical creatures getting killed. You know, Harry defeats the dude who's carrying he who shall not be named on the back of his head or whatever. The second one, he kills a damn snake or whatever. The third one, he solves a mystery of like I forget of some shit or whatever. Like the fourth one, old boy gets killed by Voldemort. Like what?
Like no.
Oh man.
The journey that Harry and Dumbledore took, I was like, yo, that's when I was like, Dumbledore's a real one.
No, because Dumbledore was
old ass nigga was like, that old ass nigga was going in some dangerous ass areas, knowing damn well he ain't like he's strong magic wise, but his health was not.
He's
good.
Yeah, because he's old as shit.
Yeah, it's like, yo, you a real one for even coming on this journey. I'm not gonna lie to you.
And he was pulling up wanting all the smoke though. That's what made him goated. He wanted all the smoke. He was like, oh.
Hey, that's one. He said, "No matter what, do not give me the cup."
Mm-hmm.
He said, "Don't. No matter what I tell you, do not listen."
It made him hold that one.
Dog. Harry wanted to help him so bad.
He couldn't.
You could. But he's like, he told me not to. Like you can see it in his face. Like I don't want to see you suffer.
Yeah, but he's like, I have to do this. And it's like
I have no choice.
And this is why Dumbledore's a Trillis. And what sucks is the actor who actually played Dumbledore in the original ones ended up dying. So the dude who played Dumbledore in the later movies, he was Gandalf from Lord of the Rings.
Ooh. Original, like the first Harry Potters, I loved them just because I was a kid at the time and they were more kid friendly. Then as I got older and I realized how serious the story got, like, I want to go back to the first ones where it was all happy and shit.
Dog, I'm telling you, I was not ready for old boy to die in the Goblet of Fire. Like that shit caught me off.
No one be ready when the story seems like it has some fucked up part to it, but it's still a mainly happy kind of movie.
Yep,
like not much going on. And then all of a sudden, niggas dying. Wait, what? How we get here?
Bro, because I remember like the whole time in every one of those games or whatever, like shit was, going left a little bit. Dudes was cheating in them games and whatnot. I was like, all right, cool. Harry come out on top, straight. Then when they went to like that last game and it was in that maze, and then motherfuckers really started getting caught lacking, I'm like, oh shit, niggas getting caught out here. And then when my
that's one thing I will say is that shit reminded me of Naruto after a while. Like with the if you've watched Naruto and the tuning exams, the second part of it. Oh, is it the first? It's the second because the first one was the actual written test. The second is you were in the forest of death, and you have to remember original Naruto. The main cast is like 12, 13 years old. They're sending these children and to have literal death matches in the middle of a dangerous ass forest that has poisonous foods, animals that are ready to kill you. Naruto literally got swallowed by a snake that was as large as the big ass trees in there. I'm like, yo, these are children. No waiver. Like they sign waivers, but like these are children. How you gonna have a child sign a waiver?
Hey, my nigga, you might catch. You might die. Yeah. All right.
Like the only one here, there's only 3 people there that should have been able to sign that waiver without a parent, and that's because their parents are dead. Naruto, Sasuke. And Gaara. All 3 of them, parents are dead. Ain't nobody they can talk to.
Facts. It's just I do what I want. Like, but when Voldemort pulled up and then clapped old boy, I was like, hey, nah.
Hey, what's going on here, dog? Hey.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie.
Hey, woo, that meme of the nigga tapping in the snow, shit getting out of hand now.
Facts, dog. That was definitely what's my man's name? I can't remember buddy's name. But that was definitely me though, because I was like, hey, am I crying? I'm crying.
Like, nigga, am my tear ducts working?
Bro, that shit was wild. But this Harry Potter RPG, as you can see, we here for it. By all means, we here for this shit. But on to still PlayStation news, because PlayStation fumbled the bag in the highest of ways. So while they did show some good things, while we did have a price and release date, because for the digital one is $300, for the one that has the disc drive,
$400.
Was it $399.99? I think it's
$399.99 and $499.99.
Okay, so yeah, so for the disc drive one, it's $400. $500. Oh yes, for the disc drive it's $500, and for the discless drive it's $300 or it's $400.
Discless, I think it's $400. I'm about to check. I'm going through our group chat.
Okay, so it's $400, $500. I know for a fact that that one's $499.99. I know for a fact that the one that has like the disc drive is $500. The one without it is like $400. Funny thing is, them shits sold out in seconds, and you want to know why?
Niggas was not playing.
And you want to know why, my people. So they revealed during like the conference or whatever that for the PlayStation 5 or whatever, that the pre-orders are going to go live today, which at the time of this podcast, it is September 17th. Thursday on top of that, right? Conference was yesterday on a Wednesday on the 16th. Somehow, some way, every retailer, and I mean every single one, Amazon, Target, Walmart, Best Buy, fucking Costco, you name it, we're already giving out pre-orders damn near at the end of the conference. I mean,
they knew what they was doing.
Yeah, like the conference like ended like at 2 o'clock West Coast time, which is like 5 o'clock East Coast time. Them shits went live like at 3 o'clock. Only why I know this is because people were already posting screenshots of their receipts of their confirmation of their pre-orders. Like everybody's doing that shit. So everybody went nuts, crashing websites. And I mean all these websites crashing. Walmart, Best Buy, like all of them were crashing literally at once. Because that means people were trying to log on to get it. It got so bad, in fact, that Walmart actually started canceling people's pre-orders. That's how bad it got. And their excuse was...
They do that every year, though.
Yeah.
They do that not every year, every console.
The funny thing was their excuse was they're going to protect... They're trying to protect their customers or whatever, because, you know, it's going to be a high commodity item or whatever. Funny thing to me is, I'm like, dog, Black Friday gonna hit, and it don't matter if you have a lot, a little, niggas gonna rob.
So you just gotta be ready.
Like I said, it's 4 niggas walking up, and it's just me.
Like, where my nine?
Where my nine at? Y'all niggas think I'm about to get a PS5 now strap? Alright. Anyway,
if you go Black Friday shopping still, you pretty much asking to get robbed, if we're gonna be honest.
Bro. We got
Cyber Monday is literally not that far away.
It's literally Monday.
Just gotta wait out the weekend.
And at this point,
ignorant people go into the stores and try to buy up everything, thinking it's the only chance, and then you just go, chill online and get what you want.
And on top of that, they do Black Friday deals now online anyways. Like, and now because it's online, it starts literally like on Wednesday and Thursday, and it carries on throughout the weekend.
I hope people know Black Friday is not going to be the same this year.
Dog, we have to wear masks. COVID is a fucking thing. It's not going.
They're not going to let that many people in.
They're not.
They're not letting everyone in.
They're literally probably going to let like maybe 10 at a time. Maybe 20.
They're not going to let many people in at a time. You know, there's going to be police officers outside,
and it's going to be like a conveyor.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
so they're going to have cops there. So if you try to rob in front of that, you're going to get caught. You might as well just go home, dog.
You might as well hold that. You might as well just hold that. It's wraps. But so Sony
let you be at the back of that line on Black Friday. It's over.
Wraps. You might as well go home. Might as well just go home.
Hey, just go online. They got them at the warehouse.
Of course they do. But so Sony basically fumbled the bag because they somehow went live with pre-orders like the day of the conference. Everybody was getting them, and some of the people that we know were like got they shit right. Mm-hmm. Today happens where the pre-order is supposed to go live. Them shit sold out within literal minutes. Like as soon as they went live, they like at midnight my time or 9 o'clock my time, midnight region to like 1, 2 o'clock East Coast. Them shits were gone. Like people were tweeting about it. Like that's how bad it was. Like as soon as midnight hit, they were already sold out. So if you ain't get your PS5 pre-order, I feel bad for you. Man, that's like I say. I just feel bad.
Pretty much what he's saying is his bag was secured.
Oh yeah, because you know what I'm saying a few people, well actually a few pages were posting like links to get your pre-orders today, like immediately. Like they're here. Thanks to the powers that
shout out them pages, by the way.
Oh yeah, to the powers that may be. When I was on lunch or whatever, I literally like was just scrolling through my feed, and the next thing I know. It's live on Target. I ain't never clicked a link so fast in my life.
Like you said, Target bet.
I'm pretty sure I damn near broke my phone how hard I clicked this motherfucker. Like I pressed the dog, I was, and as soon as I got the confirmation, I'm like, all right, we lit. So yeah, expect some next gen content coming soon.
Hey man.
Yeah, so to everybody who's actually gonna do that though, or who's getting their PS5, congrats. To everybody who isn't gonna get them the day of. Trust me, you're going to get one probably before the year ends, we're being honest. I can almost damn near guarantee that. They're going to have them by December. They're going to have some by December.
I'm pretty sure that they're already probably working on more.
Of course they are. They're going to have the initial November, and then like December's going to hit. They're going to have a shit ton more. And then it's going to trickle into next year. And trust me, only reason why I'm so adamant about getting one early, or not early, but at least release date of, is because this is kind of like my second job. Like content creation. Yeah, like content creation is something I do, so for me, it's kind of important for me to at least have it that I can get the content out and not be behind the curve or whatever. So if you can't get it initially, it's okay. Because I mean, the thing is, we all know first generation consoles always have bugs, issues, things of that sort. Let me be the guinea pig. Like, let the content creators be the guinea pigs and all this shit. Because we got the money to at least replace it, get a new one, etc., etc. Some of y'all ain't in that position, or some of y'all parents ain't in that position to do that. You feel what I'm saying? Like, money might be a little bit tight. So, like, you kind of just got to, like, just hold the L on that one. And it's not even like a full L. It's actually smart, because that way whenever the bugs and glitches do get exposed, you know what to look out for. When the next generation comes, you're probably going to get the better one than we got, if we're being honest. So, it's okay. Yeah, like, it's just smart to wait anyways. I mean, I just want it because I just make content, and on top of that, 2K, and I want to be able to see how good it is and slander it. And Spider-Man drops, I'm going to need that as well. Ratchet and Clank drops.
Spider-Man dropping at launch is ridiculous.
I'll be honest, I did not see that shit coming. That one I did not see coming.
It was funny because it said holiday 2020. And then Rambo found out on the list. Remember the list of stuff that he showed? Mm-hmm. It showed on there it was dropping with the console. And I was like, wait, what?
Dog.
Like, and then it came out it was only like $50 while every other game is going to be $70.
Yeah.
$60, $70.
But we're not surprised by that, though. The price increases. We've been getting away with $60 games since PS2, damn near.
Yeah, but I forget. It was Trey talking about it. A lot of these companies. This is the only rebuttal that I heard was a good rebuttal to that. Was a lot of these companies aren't making improvements. If we're going to be completely honest, like something like Madden,
They do not deserve to be selling 70. They don't. They don't. And I don't even play Madden. I
don't.
don't
They
even
don't
play
improve.
Madden. Because we see the glitches every year, and it's like it's the same shit. Like the one that I shared with y'all in the group chat where the dude was running down the sideline and the dude came out of bounds.
Out of bounds. They came from the bench.
Dog, no. Madden does not deserve to be sold at 70 at all. No.
Like not every company deserves to be able to jack their prices up because you don't do enough to deserve for your game to be 70.
Literally
like
nothing.
As much as I play 2K and I'm still gonna play it, even though $70, whatever. It doesn't necessarily deserve to be 70. Like I'd say at most I'd say 65. I can't say 70.
I would just say honestly leave it at 60. Like I get it because we're going to the new generation and we be getting away with like frontline murder. Due to games being 60 for literal like 2 generations now. Like some of these games, but like some of these games I do agree, like y'all ain't making the improvements to justify that. But it seems to me at least that the 2 main ones are the ones that we're talking about, 2K and Madden. Like those like the 2 main ones. Like if Cyberpunk came out, because I don't think Cyberpunk's going to be 70. I think it's going to be 60 still. But even if Cyberpunk came out being 70, I get it. Like we see what that game was looking like and like the ambition behind it, and it's actually dropping with the new consoles. Like it's going to be a next gen title, so I could at least justify that because it's a brand new IP. And I mean, CD Projekt Red gave us
good. If it comes out and it's bad, and then it's like,
I pray that it's not going to be bad. I literally hope because I'm excited for that game.
You already heard me and Rambo's skepticism about it. We want it to be good, but we are worried.
I get it. I definitely get skepticism, but for me, it's a brand new IP. That's why I kind of give it more leeway. Yeah. Because it's a new IP. Because, I mean, there's only so much that you can do with a new IP that will keep it both ambitious, but at the same time realistic in a sense of something that you can actually attain and accomplish to put the game out. I mean, you don't want it to be like Star Citizen. That game ain't never dropping.
I was about to say, what game we talking about again?
Yeah, that shit ain't never dropping, dog. That shit is Detox. That thing
never coming out.
That thing has like $1,000 spaceships or whatever, but it's not even like fully released.
Okay. Hey, remember when it was like Star Citizen versus what was the other game?
What was it? No Man's Sky?
It was the other one that came out and was ass at first.
I think I know what you're talking about. It's like an online MMO spaceship game because I remember my old
at first it was literally you were just going by mining on planets. You just went.
Oh, it was No Man's Sky. It was No Man's Sky.
Yeah, No Man's Sky. It was like Star Citizen versus No Man's Sky, and I was on the boat of Star Citizen because Star Citizen looked fire. And then it just never came out. No Man's Sky came out. I'm like,
and then No Man's Sky was ass.
And then that only added to being like Star Citizen's going to be better. And then Star Citizen never came out. And then they started fixing No Man's Sky. It's like come on, yo.
Like
it's pretty much like kicking a dead horse, talking about do something. Move.
Basically, and they're not. But yeah, for like these new generation of consoles, like I'm looking forward to it. At least for like the PS5. I mean, it is nice because at first they're trying to do like that whole like sneakers raffle thing, and Lord knows
they fucked up.
That was garbage. I mean, granted, they still kept it for those of you who actually got like the email congratulations. I didn't. Apparently, I'm not that big of a Sony fan. That
I
hurts.
ain't get one either. I'm not a Sony fan, so I understand.
So I'm on Xbox.
Hey, I own an Xbox. They somehow found out. It's all good.
Right. I'm pretty sure they heard me say fuck Sony multiple times based off the fuck shit they do. So I'm pretty sure that's why I didn't get it.
He's like, I understand.
Basically. But I mean, they kept that, but like they made the pre-orders open for everybody essentially. As like I think initially reported they were going to only ship like 10 million consoles worldwide. And if like I listened to like the TBH's podcast, and he brought up a good point. He's like, there's like 300 million people in the US alone.
Not everybody's gonna get one.
Yeah, I mean, not everybody needs one either. For being honest, but
most people. If we're gonna be completely honest, most people really just need an Xbox Series S. Because most people, if we're gonna be completely honest, like me, I'm not gonna be able to play in 4K. I'm not gonna be able to get the full experience out of this console. But performance-wise, it's gonna be better. That's about it. But like if you're playing, especially if you are still playing for God knows for what reason, on a big ass flat screen TV mounted on your fucking wall, if you were still playing on that big ass laggy ass piece, not a piece of shit because it's good for movies and TV.
And TV, like, it's definitely great for YouTube as well.
Yeah, hey, video wise, it's a great TV.
Excellent. I got my bitch mounted right here. Excellent.
Hey, for gaming,
don't do it.
If you are still playing on that, you have no need for the best console.
Basically.
Just get what you can afford. You don't need to get the most expensive shit to feel like you're getting a good console. You don't need the Xbox Series X if you're playing on a flat screen TV that might not even be able to do 4K.
You're like not maximizing. Not
everybody has a 4K TV.
You're not maximizing potential anyways. Like you're not using the console like to its full potential.
It's like even another thing that came out was the RTX 30 series, the 3000 series.
Oh, we definitely got to talk about that. Oh god.
And the biggest thing, if you have a 4K monitor for like the RTX 3080, 3070, 3090, whatever, if you have a 4K monitor or something like that, then it's a card that you should pick up. But if you're like me, and you don't even have at least a 1440p monitor, you're not getting the full experience. You're not getting the full power out of your graphics card. Now, if you're getting it and you're planning on upgrading, that's different.
I'm definitely gonna give me a damn curve 1440p.
Yeah, like for both of these things that we're talking about, if you're planning on upgrading and getting something that can actually use the power of the console or this graphics card, it's like fine, I get that. You're gonna upgrade soon. But if you're planning on playing on, like I have this LED right here. It only does like 1080p. Remember, that's what I used to play on. Yeah. And I got my monitor.
Thank God.
But if I was still playing on that, there's no reason for me to even care if I get a PS5 digital version or Xbox Series S.
Facts.
Because I'm not going to get the full experience out of either.
I mean, and on top of that, you gotta realize that you gotta live within your means. Like, not everybody has. Again, they don't have the disposable income of just being able to drop 500, damn near 600 with tax and shit, like off the rip. Like, not everybody has that.
So some people put themselves in debt trying to get the newest shit
all the time, and it is so irritating.
Because literally, a lot of the times you could even for this console generation, this console jump, even if you really want the console this year, you could literally just wait until November, December time and get it for cheaper.
Hell, January. Like January, February.
You can get it for cheaper.
And possibly get a bundle.
We gotta talk about that. Them bundles for the launch console, for the launch date. Nigga, there was one that was almost 1,000.
Yep, it had the headset, it had the 2 controllers, and it had like the PS Plus or whatever for like a year.
Mm-hmm. I was like, yo, as much as a lot of this stuff is very useful, I felt like I was getting disrespected.
I mean, they had like the all action game, which was like Call of Duty, Demon's Souls, and Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
Then they had the 2K one or whatever, which I ain't gonna lie, I almost bought that one yesterday.
Hey, just to already have it.
Yeah, well, obviously I'm gonna have it already because I bought the $100 edition for PlayStation already. But just have an extra copy. Might give away, might sell it, whatever.
Hey, you can do a giveaway on launch.
I was thinking about it, but the problem was Best Buy has the worst online web service ever. Like I've been known this for like years. Like they've been
Their shit
garbage.
Is awful.
It takes forever to load. It's just not responsive. Like at one point, I was literally clicking like the checkout link for like 10 minutes, and I was like, you know what, fuck it. If I get it, I get it. If I don't, I don't. I ended up just giving up on it entirely. And I was like,
just like fuck it, I'll do it a different time.
Yeah, I was like, I'll do it a different time. I was like, if I don't get it, I'm gonna get it eventually. Like either way, I already know some way, shape, or form, I'm getting this console. I already know.
Mm-hmm.
Like
it's already been secured.
Yeah, like it's already been secured, and if need be, I will find me a damn plug in some way, shape, or form. Come on now. I got people still working.
Find a way.
I got people who still work in retail who can figure it out for me. Like, don't try me. Don't try me.
Hey, it's not about what you know. It's about
who you know. Message, but it was cool. But I mean, just the way they handled the pre-order situation was just garbage. I mean, not everybody got a fair shake, in my opinion. Like, it's nice to see people like that I fuck with actually get access to it or whatever. Like, that's dope. You know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to like Ricky, Trey, like the squad and all them. They got it. You know, my boy Rambo got his. I'm getting mine. I think Kenny got his and shit like that. Biggie gonna get his. Yeah, so I mean, like, we all gonna have it, which is great because I mean, we all get to play next gen and have a good time and make content, right? But I just think it sucks for those who like genuinely didn't have an ounce of a chance.
Like people who like they wanted to stay up so they could do the pre-order, but they got work early. And like niggas got to be at work at like 4 a.m. So they don't got the chance to necessarily stay up and sit there and try to refresh the page to see if they can pre-order yet.
Like I said, I'm blessed. I had one on standby, but I caught mine from Target off of a chance by me being at lunch and just scrolling through Twitter, literally by chance.
God was like, I got you, brother.
Bro, I'm telling you, dog, grandma knew my heart. I'm trying to tell you. She knew my heart. Because I was literally at lunch just scrolling through Twitter, and then I seen the tweet, and it said it was tweeted in a minute. Literally.
Just like, they still here.
Yeah, dog. Click, 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 click. Got that shit done. And then next thing I know, I refreshed my feed, and that's why I sent y'all that other picture was all like, and they're gone. That was like 5 minutes.
Oh, yeah, no. As soon as people find out, they fiending for it.
Oh, I was.
It was the same thing with the 3080s. Them niggas, as soon as it came out, don't.
Oh, the 3080s. Anyways, let's go ahead and move on. We can talk about this shit all day. Yeah, PlayStation, you fumbled the bag on this one. Xbox is a troll because they're like, you ain't got to worry. We actually don't have enough consoles, and we're gonna give you a actual release time for pre-orders, which was hilarious because I'm gonna give me an Xbox too, which was still. Oh no, great.
The funniest thing for me was Rambo had 5 different tabs open, like right after the conference, trying to figure out where he was gonna pre-order it from. And that's when he called GameStop because he's like, he just wanted to check.
Right.
He was like, I'm gonna ask just to see like if they have a date when I can come in and pre-order. And he called them. The lady answered the phone and immediately told him he could come pre-order right now. He's like, you just answered my question. I'll be up there in like 5 minutes.
Look at God. Look at God.
I was literally streaming. Was about to play Apex with him, and he found that out. Left.
I mean, I don't blame him, dog. You got to get up.
I don't blame him. I was like, I guess I'm playing solos, chat.
He said, I gotta go. Shit, man.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna give that conference an 8. It could have been a 10, but it couldn't have been a 10. Because I'm gonna be honest, I think the only reason I give it that high, even though I had some good games on it, the only reason I give it that high is because I have low expectations for conferences after what I've seen this year. Almost every other conference, Sony and Xbox's conferences before that, god awful.
I will give them this. At least like the best thing that came out of like this whole COVID thing, as far as like gaming shit goes. They got to get straight to it.
Keanu Reeves can't be out there, man, talking about you're amazing.
I mean, yeah, Keanu Reeves, they cheated. CD Projekt Red knew what they did. They cheated. They know we love Keanu, dog. They know we love Keanu Reeves. They cheated.
Can't bullshit me with all the flashy lights and shit.
Yeah, the flashy lights, the dope music, and nah, we ain't going for that. Get to the games.
And the only thing that was bullshitting us was once again talking about
fucking
D's
for literally a whole 2 hours.
And then to tell me, yeah, you can only play PS4 games on the PS5. It's it's impossible to do anything else than me look over at Xbox playing the original Xbox game.
Facts.
Xbox One.
Playing Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3, playing the Skate 3 and shit from the 360.
No, playing original Black Ops.
Like, online on top of that, by the way.
The server's still on.
So, yeah, I play
hackers all up in that bitch, but server's still on.
Oh, yeah, if you get in the wrong game, dog, it's raps for you. You ain't gonna have an ounce of fun.
Nope.
Not an ounce.
Niggas out here flying and shit.
Dog, flying, got God mode. Like, I'm sorry, if you still hacking these old ass games, dog, you a weirdo.
If you hack in any game, niggas are hacking Fall Guys.
Why? It's a children's game.
Niggas literally hacking there. Like, I remember seeing a clip. Nigga was just
floating.
One of the maps. If you've seen, it just spins around. It's like you jump over the nigga was flying at the top of the map. I'm like, yo, you have to be a fucking loser.
I seen one where a dude was doing that and still lost because he thought that the dude that he was going against fell and he didn't fall, so the hacker ended up falling off the edge and dying. I loved
That's
it.
exactly what he gets.
Dog, yeah, dog, you're hacking fall. If you're hacking any game, you're a fucking loser.
If you have to hack because you're not good at a game at all, you're a fucking loser. You could just lose. You could not lose. You could just learn. I mean, you're gonna lose too, but you could learn how to be good at a game. It's not that difficult. If we're gonna be completely honest, most people could be really good at games if they just took the time to learn.
Seriously.
But instead, you buy hack.
Like, yeah, you're a fucking loser. You are entirely a fucking loser if you have to sit there and hack games.
Or if you're the people that literally break the game, not even hack, you just break the game.
Yeah, if you find a glitch that like shuts some shit down or it gets people stuck.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like on 2K, the when people started doing post spins and even that spin that launches you into the paint. Both of those things, like, you're a fucking loser if you just spam those things. I'm sorry.
I'm not. I said what I said.
No, I'm sorry that you're a loser.
I'm not.
I'm sorry that your parents raised a loser, dog. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry your mama didn't swallow you.
I'm not going that far. I'm just sorry your parents raised you. I'm sorry they didn't raise you better.
I hate cheaters with every fiber of my being. Every
I hate
fiber.
cheaters in every form.
Like, it's not
real life, video games, everything.
Like, it's literally not that damn difficult to be good, like, at a video game. It's not.
Most games, you literally just have to have IQ. Have a little bit of IQ.
Like, 2K, simple, more or less, to be decent at it.
Press the square button. Boom. There you go.
It literally does everything for you on defense and on offense. By the way, I just hit a game winner at the buzzer, like, with no time left. I'm a GOAT.
Hey.
I'm actually about to clip that.
Hey.
I'm actually about to clip that right now, put it to Twitter. I mean, like, yeah, people who just literally just cheat, I'm like, you get nothing out of this.
Nothing.
Like, literally nothing. Like, you're a loser. You're just a loser, and you should have been swallowed. Like, I can't stand you.
I don't know what else to tell you. You're just a loser.
Straight up. But yeah, PlayStation fumbled the bag, but we at least get prices now. Holiday season, November. And the funny thing was, we talked about this on a previous podcast where I said November tends to be like the release date for all consoles.
Mm-hmm.
So, hey, we lit.
I think we get it. Is it the 10th or is it the 12th?
It's the 10th, and then I know Xbox for a fact is the 10th.
Yeah, I know Xbox is the 10th. I'm pretty sure PlayStation is the 12th, so it comes out 2 days later.
Yes, the 10th and 12th. Those are like the two. But speaking about pre-order fumbles, dog, let's go ahead and talk about this graphics card struggle.
Oh my god.
I feel so bad for all my people who wanted the damn Xbox, man. And or the GTX card, and you can't get it.
The RTX 30,
Oh
3000
my
series, man.
god. Oh lord. So for those of y'all who don't know, right? Nvidia dropped a new graphics card, the RTX 3080 or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's stronger than the newest RTX, like 20 something, whatever the hell it's called. Stronger.
The 3070 was better than the 2080 Ti.
And a Titan, right?
I think it was the 3090 was supposed to be better than the Titan, and the Titan's like a $2,000 graphics card.
It's a rack.
And that one is like $1,200 or $1,500.
Yeah, it's a rack.
And the cheapest of the 3000 series, a $500 graphics card, is better than the $1,200 RTX 2080 Ti.
Yeah. It's different out here.
Dog.
So essentially what happened was, right, folks, is everybody was excited. Now, I already had it in my mind that I'm not going to get one. I already made up my mind I'm not getting one. I have a RTX a Super 2060 or whatever. Does everything I need to do, ray tracing, all that good stuff.
You good.
Yeah, like, I'm good for a while. At this point, if I really did want one, it would strictly be just to flex on people, to be honest.
If you got like a 1440p or 4K monitor, then I'd be like, you should probably get one.
Yeah.
Just so you get the full use of your monitor.
Yeah, and I don't have one yet. I plan on buying one, but, you know, I got priorities and shit like that. PlayStation, bills, PlayStation, and then monitor. Like, my monitor right now.
You putting the PlayStation over your bills?
Hey, I'm a 2K nigga now.
Hey, you put J's over your kids, nigga?
The Gucci belt too? But
Like,
But
you know how fire them ones is, nigga. Fuck you talking about these kids? Kids can eat paper for all I can.
goddamn it, sugar sandwiches. I had to grow up on it. They can too. But
like nigga, no.
But my monitor is like a 1080 60 or whatever, right? It does just fine.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't need a monitor right now. I want one. I don't need it. It displays just fine. It works just fine. I also have my other monitor right here for like whenever I'm watching videos, stuff like that. So I'm basically set. So I don't need the card. But for all my people who want to upgrade, build new builds, things of that sort, I understand. I get it. Like a new graphics card is definitely exciting, especially considering that this graphics card is that strong and that cheap. Fucking ridiculous, right?
If you're a person that like me, where I have a 970, like if you have a really outdated graphics card and you really want an upgrade to future proof yourself, then I would say get like the 3070. That's the only reason. Like even if you don't have a 4K monitor, because you could future proof yourself for when you do get like a 4K or 1440p monitor.
Yep.
And even if the only other reason besides get upgrading, if you're a content creator and you definitely like, if your stream is dropping frames because all the stuff you have on it, like on OBS or whatever thing you use, this would definitely help with it. Because if you encode off your graphics card, especially if you're like me, once again, 970 encoding off your graphics card, you don't have the specific encoder chip inside your graphics card.
Yeah, I have a 2060,
where it's
so I have it.
offloaded onto that.
I said my 2060 does that, which is fucking lovely.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's all the RTX and like I think 1060 and above has it.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, anything that's a 1060 above has that little encoder chip. But if you have a 970 or anything below like the 1000 series, I would say that it's a good idea for future proofing and for stream, because then you get that better performance.
Mm-hmm.
But if you already have, like how Wu already has the 2060 Super, excuse me, unless you're going to buy all the stuff to make it worth getting at the time, there's no point in getting it right now.
None.
Now it's a great piece of hardware, phenomenal piece of hardware.
Nick, if I could, ooh.
Hey,
ooh.
if niggas had disposable income like that,
ooh, I definitely have one. I definitely would have one right now. I ain't gonna hold you.
Hey, I'm sorry, I would have bought, especially if I had real disposable income and I was trying to get my homies in on it. I'd buy a couple.
Go nuts.
Be like, hey, I'm sending you an RTX 3080 today.
Got you.
but unless you have a legitimate reason, if you're just getting it because it's the newest graphics card, no, you're wasting your money.
Absolutely.
Because it's cheap, even though the 4K monitors and TVs and all this other stuff is getting cheaper, it's still not cheap enough to where everyone has them in their household.
No, like flat screens are cheap. Absolutely, they're a lot cheaper now. But if you want like the 4K, all the hoopla shit, it's gonna cost you some bread. Like crazy bread, no, but it's gonna cost you some bread. Like you don't feel it.
Yeah, it's like it's getting to the point. It's getting closer to the point where it's going to be in everyone's household, unless obviously you're down that bad. Which in that case,
priorities, nigga. But get out that, then go ahead and upgrade.
Yeah, and if that's the case, then yeah, go ahead and get yourself together first. But for most households, it's going to get to the point where like everyone's going to have at least a 4K TV. And then it's almost going to be the standard at some point where everyone has a 4K monitor for gaming.
Like how 1080 60 has been the standard, or should have been the standard, because Lord knows this gen was barely able to fucking attain that.
It was not 60.
It was definitely not 60. Games.
It was not 60.
Night and day. Destiny 2 is not playing at 60.
Destiny 2 is capped at 30 on console.
Mm-hmm.
It's capped at 30. It's not even like you can't get to 60. No, they capped it.
GTA, another one. Call of Duty, another one. 2K, 30. Iffy. It hits 60 whenever you're doing like the loading screen.
It's 60 when no one's moving.
Yeah. Like, yeah, so some of these games, actually, majority of these games were not hitting 60 frames. I have a PC now, and I've had a PC for a while now, so I'm able to see difference.
Yeah, that's why one of the biggest things for when they start talking about like frame rate and resolution on like what these consoles can achieve, especially Xbox, Because Xbox will tell you, yeah, it can hit 4K 120. You mean Forza can hit 4K 120?
Upscale, not native.
Oh no, I think the Series X is native. The Series S, I'm pretty sure, is upscale.
Yeah, you got that one right. You got that one right.
Yeah.
And they're both up to 120 frames. Remember those words, people. Up to, not always.
Yeah, it's like it can hit that if it's Forza.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Forza.
Not Forza. You might be capped at that 60.
For someone who doesn't play Forza like that game is gorgeous.
Oh yeah, Forza is one of the most beautiful video games I've ever seen.
That game is gorgeous.
I'm not playing that bullshit.
Not at all. I'm leaving it to Jordan. Jordan loves that shit. I'm good.
Especially after I think I remember telling y'all, one of my friends was telling me about that game and how you can fuck up your whole car by putting in the wrong engine or whatever part. And I'm like, yo, I'm not trying to get that into car building, dog. I'm not.
Because if I am, I might as well just buy the bitch.
It's like I might as well go out and just build a car, my nigga.
Or be a fucking mechanic at this point. Apparently, I'm Forza certified, dog. Like,
it's like, yo, I'm not trying to do all this, man. I'm not. I just want to drive.
I just want to drive fast. I just want to drive fast, do unrealistic shit in this game, and feel better about myself when I get off. Like, that's it.
Exactly. So when I get in my car in real life, I'm not depressed that I didn't get to drive fast at all today.
Facts. Unless you're like me, who drives 100 for,
Hey, hush your lips. You're incriminating yourself.
I only do it on occasion. Just on city streets. I don't. The funniest thing is on like side note or whatever is like whenever you are driving, people who drive fast shit on city streets be driving slow as fuck on the freeway. It's the funny shit to see.
I don't understand those people.
Dog, I'd be going like maybe 55 on a 45, like on the city street, maybe even 60, right? Just chilling. Somebody passes me and I'm like, dog, this took effort. Like this took effort for you to catch me.
You really wanted to get in front of me.
Yeah, and then like what be killing me the most about that is like I had to get on the freeway or whatever. I'll be right behind them and they driving slow as shit all of a sudden now.
Like now everybody else driving fast, now you scared.
Yeah, I'm like, nah, I ain't going for that move. But so yeah, Nvidia fumbled the entire bag because here's what made it worse, right? So for those of y'all who are familiar like with like the sneakers app, GOAT app, whatever, like all your like your shoe shit. It's the same complaints every year, and I get it, because shout out to the homie Adri or whatever, she's a sneakerhead, right? Bots. Buy them shits out all the time. People have bots where they buy up like the tickets or put in as many tickets as possible. That way they end up getting multiple, right?
And they resell.
And they resell them for like a ridiculous high price, scalpers. I fucking hate scalpers. Who is the first scalper's a bitch ass nigga? I just want to go ahead and let that be known.
I'm not gonna lie, as much as I hate them, I would want to get into it because it's already a business at this point.
I'm not. I got morals and shit. At least I would resell, but I'm not gonna resell at such a ridiculous high price where I'm like fucking you over. I got morals and shit.
Oh no, I'm not reselling at a ridiculously high price unless everyone else who's reselling it is reselling it at said price.
I mean, preferably, I just really hate the feeling of fucking somebody over too, though. Like I'm a dick to like a certain extent. I got real like moral issues with like knowing that like I'm fucking you over. I have real like moral issues. That's why I like scalping. If I was to resell, I'd probably resell slightly higher. But these motherfuckers are reselling this graphics card, which is $500 for 10 G's.
10,000.
And I mean reselling, not like they're bidding. I mean they're like on the market at starting bid is 10,000. First off, that's a down payment on a good-looking car, actually, like a 2020 car.
I'm not paying $10,000 for a graphics card. You realize how good of a PC I could make with just
like 5 of them
series? Shit. I could just one PC, 10,000.
Oh, I'm going nuts.
How good of a PC you could make?
I could make a spaceship.
Dog,
I could
make a PC that could render a 5-hour-long video in 20 minutes.
Less, damn near. You could have that damn desk that I know you seen the video of that PC desk.
Oh yeah, those big ass desks where it has all them shits in it.
And I could literally put my PS5 and my Xbox Series X in that bitch, and still have bread.
Dog,
like it still have bread. No,
I'm not. You realize, dog? You asking someone to pay $10,000 for a graphics card is ridiculous. And the funniest part about it is, someone's gonna buy it.
Somebody's gonna do it. Somebody's gonna do it.
Some dumbass is gonna buy it. That's part of the reason I don't fully have the same like moral dilemma that you do with people that do resale. Because it wouldn't be a successful business if somebody didn't buy it.
Well, I get that, but here's
because
the
I
funny
understand
thing.
some people want it, and I understand like it might be really important, like you really wanted it right then and there. But people like the way people fiend for certain things, you act like I understand when it's something that's like this is only coming out once. But something
Yeah.
like the 3080, 3070, 3090, whatever, is gonna come out again. They're gonna restock.
Yeah, but it's still like a dick move though, because it's like
It's definitely a dick move. But I can't fully get mad at them because someone's buying it.
But I mean,
It's like
you're buying like 6 of them shits though. That's where I had the problem. Like, it's not like you're buying 2 and then you're doing it. Niggas buying like 8 at a fucking time.
oh yeah,
Like
people
you're
definitely go OD with it.
like,
But,
I understand buying 2 pair and then maybe reselling whatever. But motherfuckers buying like 6 to 8 of them shits at once and then reselling them. I don't get it. It's stupid. I think it's.
I will
dumb
say
to
a
me.
lot of people that do go OD with how many they buy. I'm not gonna lie, I don't think they make good profit off it.
You gotta be in the hole.
Because a lot of the time, like the nigga that like anybody who's selling that RTX for 10,000, I'm sorry, but a lot of y'all aren't gonna make any money off that. Now you just wasted your money.
I mean, the funniest thing is, I don't know if you've seen the tweet or whatever, but oh, I was trying to thought about this. So y'all deal with them bots, whatever, buying sneakers. For those of you who are into tech at all, I'm mildly into it, obviously. You're going against the people who made these bots. Like, people make bots for sneakers. Now you're going against people who make those bots. You don't think that they're going to have stronger bots and faster bots for actual tech to make their shit faster? Come on now, y'all gotta be smarter than that. I didn't have no hope to get one. None. I wasn't even interested. But I thought about it logically. We talking about people who obviously are smart to some degree to make these damn bots. They're obviously intelligent to some degree. You think I'm gonna go against motherfuckers who made bots for sneakers against somebody who actually wants a graphics card?
I'm not going against any nerds that are trying to get something day one, dog.
No.
Going against nerds for day one is different from going against sneakerheads. Nerds are OD. Sneakerheads are OD, but they ain't as OD.
They ain't nerd OD. Nerd OD hit different.
No, nerd OD have you uncomfortable in a room with a nerd.
Because here's how bad it got for those of y'all who don't know. So, like, on the NVIDIA, like, little software or whatever, like, it gave you the option to basically remind you when they're going to go live for pre-orders or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
Here's how bad this shit got. People literally got on, like, the NVIDIA thing, so to remind them, as soon as they refresh, sold out. And that's how fast some shit's gone. So it's like you literally had no chance unless you had a bot of some sort, or unless you just knew somebody, or unless you just had Amazon open and just didn't refresh for whatever reason, or refresh at the right time, or you went through like out of state, like to Germany or Japan or some shit like that, and then good luck getting that shit shipped to you. Like
exactly. It's definitely scumbag moves to use bots. It's unfortunate. It's not going anywhere.
It's not,
because unless you add like because I don't even know if you can actually, no, you can't program a bot to do like the I'm not a robot thing.
You never know.
I don't think you can, because it's usually different unless you program it for every specific one, and it changes a lot.
I think it would depend on like which question they ask you, because remember they asked you the one to like to spell out the letters or the one to pick out the pictures. I think the pick out the pictures would probably be I think the pick out the pictures would probably be the easiest one.
Probably. Because
it's always like easy shit to pick out. It's never like difficult, like find the little rabbit.
One with the words is, I like the way they do the one with the words for bots, because bots would usually go for font, but since everything's kind of different, they can't.
Yep. It's all skewed and large.
Yeah,
and
they can't fully understand what it is.
Yeah.
So those I like, but like they can't. It's most likely not gonna work the way that they wanted to, because it could fuck up for some people. Because you've done some of those, and it's like, yo, I know I picked everything.
M8 I 8U. I remember that one.
Yeah, pick all the school buses. You literally pick all school buses. They tell you it was wrong because there's a pixel of a school bus and there's one on the top left.
Absolutely.
And it's like, come on now, come on.
I mean,
so that would deter a lot of bots, but like it's still not gonna people are going to start complaining because you literally made me take 20 minutes to do this I'm not a robot test for me to just not get it.
I mean, I figure like possibly the only way to actually do it would to literally just be back in olden times before, you know, online shopping was so heavy.
Go to the store.
You have to buy it in person, and they have to physically limit you to X amount. That's the only way that can happen, because at this point you're kind of fucked, honestly.
Yeah, that's the only thing about doing stuff online is like if people do have bots and people definitely don't have morals. We already knew people didn't have morals before Rona, but Rona showed how many people really didn't have morals when they were buying up necessities that people would need for a pandemic.
Oh, you niggas was buying all the toilet paper
and then trying to resell it, and then all the stores for some reason decided to have a heart, because these companies we know don't fully have hearts. But during this, they were like, "Oh no, y'all some assholes!" Like even for a company, y'all some assholes.
And
y'all
Costco, yeah, Costco was like, "Yeah, we ain't taking no returns on this shit. Hold that.
Hey, y'all bought it. Y'all gotta hold that. Now you got $500 worth of toilet paper just sitting in your house.
Hold that. All the groceries and shit like that. Like it was ridiculous, because this was back when I was like living with my boy Oscar and shit, and his old lady and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember like when they would like go grocery shopping, they would like tell me like it's ridiculous. Like we couldn't find no baby wipes or whatever, and like his woman has like a child or whatever. She's all like dog, diapers are hard to find. I'm like, dog, this is fucking stupid.
Like so people buy them up and then resell them for a higher price. Or like when the most scumbag thing was the companies that do hand sanitizer pushing up their price.
Yep.
Like, are you serious right now?
I mean, to me though, it was only funny because I'm all like, for those of you who actually did like the science project in middle school or whatever, you find out hand sanitizer doesn't kill germs. It doesn't. It coats it. That's all hand sanitizer is. It just coats your hand in alcohol, essentially. That way you can't necessarily get any new type of bacteria until you basically touch it, and then you have to basically wash your hands again. So hand sanitizer, all it does
until you wipe it off.
So hand sanitizer basically just coats your hand. Soap, actual hand soap, shit like that, actually kills bacteria and germs. That's what something that'll
buy soap instead of always. Hand sanitizer is good when you're out in public.
Yeah, that's what it's good for.
But people use hand sanitizer like it's soap.
It's not. It's not. It's really not.
Soap.
It dries your hands out like a motherfucker. You're just putting alcohol on your hands. That's all it is.
Also, I'm going to ask that we move from the topic of hygiene very quick, because you know that we go on a rant on this, and I always get pissed off hearing about people letting the soap just run down their legs. I'm gonna just leave it at that.
If you ain't washing your legs and you're a goddamn adult, fight me.
Nigga, if you don't wash your legs, if you don't wash behind your ears,
that too.
Because that's disrespectful to yourself at that point. Because anytime you scratch your ear at that point, now your fingers smell like booty cheeks.
Like, yeah, that shit's gross. But so essentially, bots fucked over everybody. Like, literally fucked over everybody. Like, this was like blatant how bad it was. This was blatantly bad. Like, the PlayStation 1 was bad because they just fumbled the bag because they essentially got released before it was supposed to. Yeah. This was bad because it was gone in seconds, and like there's damn near no way to get one right now.
If you pretty much didn't have a bot, or you weren't over there the entire time, you out of luck for now.
Yep.
It's right. You gotta wait till they restock.
Yep. All right,
then you just gonna be back to trying to do this again.
Basically, I'm gonna save the Clipper slander for when we have the whole squad on in the next one, because
I want to do Clipper slander.
All right, go ahead, dog. I'll let you get off real quick. Go
ahead.
Watching Uncle Shan. Go for 30. Go ahead, go for 30.
Hey, I was watching Uncle Shan and Skip talk, man.
I heard about
Skip, as you know, he tried to put on his cape for Kawhi, and then he tried to blame Lou Will, and Lou Will holds some fault.
Some.
But goddamn it, Kawhi is the leader of that team. He is the number one player on the team. You good?
I'm good. You said that while I was swallowing. Pause.
But
asshole.
He is the leader of the team. I don't remember what his field goal was, but he was just as bad as Pandemic P. You are the leader of the team. And then he had the audacity after the game to blame it on Team IQ. No, nigga, you sold. You sold. Point blank, period.
Bag.
And then Skip tried to keep saying that they underestimated the Nuggets. You cannot underestimate any team that's in the playoffs for 7 games straight.
Dogs, and you had a 3-1 lead. You figure out that they punch you in the mouth for 2 of them games. Oh, maybe we should get our shit together.
That was one thing. You still there?
Yeah, I had to grab my headphones.
But it's one thing that Shannon was talking about. Because Kawhi was talking about the IQ thing. So he's like, so y'all had IQ for 3-4 games, and then y'all just lost it?
Come on now.
Like, no, y'all just sold the bag. Y'all couldn't finish the series. And he said the same thing that I remember me and Rambo saying, if Porzingis gets to play that entire series before that, they don't even make it there. They don't make it.
Do you realize how nuts Luka was going the whole time?
Oh, if he just had his partner in crime, y'all don't even make it past the Mavericks.
I mean, shit, Boban was doing his thing too. So I'm like, you give no. Not an ounce.
It was just Skip over there trying to put on his cape for Kawhi. It was so funny.
I ain't gonna lie, when he called Kawhi better than KD, LeBron, like on Jordan level, I was like, yeah, I don't watch sports like that.
Remember they were saying he was the closest thing that we had to Jordan?
Dog,
I remember literally getting mad because I'm like, yo, y'all are wilding. This nigga won 1 chip by himself.
Just one.
Not even by himself.
If we're being honest, no.
Pascal definitely saved him.
That's how Pascal is considered, like, people started actually paying attention to Siakam. Because of that series.
Because he was actually out there dropping buckets while Kawhi was just hitting niggas with shoulders.
He was fucking niggas up with them shoulders. I ain't gonna hold you.
Immaculate shoulder work, but like, that's all he was really doing was hitting nigga with a shoulder and then doing the jump shot.
I mean,
he
I ain't
tried
gonna
to
hold
evolve
you.
in this series from shoulders to elbows and it didn't work.
I mean, that corner 3 that he hit, I remember saying, that's going in. Like, that bounce just went up. I'm like,
oh, yeah.
That's going in.
Against the 76ers. Oh, that's in.
Literally, it was me, it was my dad, my brother, and I, and we were all watching the game. And like the last couple seconds, I was all like, all they need is like one decent look. Just one decent one. Right? Kawhi runs to the top, then runs to the corner, gets the ball, and pulls it. As soon as I see the ball literally hit the side of the rim and just go up, I'm like, that's going in. And my dad's like, what? I was like, I told you! Pay me, nigga! I was talking shit. I was talking mad shit.
No. But that series it wasn't as bad as the Rockets versus who was it? The Rockets versus OKC. It was not as bad as that. You remember that game? We were like, yo, come on.
The last 10 seconds of that game was so trash.
No, that entire game was trash. I remember we were sitting there. You were like, yo, I would literally stop the ball, look at everybody on the court, and be like, what are we doing?
Literally, I would just hold him like, what the fuck are y'all doing? Everybody's flopping. Stop it.
Literally, just stop in the court. What are we doing? What are we doing?
I'd have got tight, dog. I'm like, why is it my fault? All right, you know what, coach? Time out. I'm sitting down. I'm about to swing on somebody.
The Clippers sold the bag so bad. They had the game right there in multiple games. They lost lead. That's my biggest thing.
They lost a 16-point lead in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, that's my biggest thing with a lot of these teams, even with the Celtics, which lost again today. Was they can get a lead, but can't keep it.
They can't finish. They don't finish.
Like, it's the biggest issue. Is like why a lot of teams don't make it to the finals, because y'all look good in regular season when not everybody's trying. When you can get a lead and teams are kind of like, oh well, the game's over. This is the playoffs.
We going hard from start to finish. over. Yeah.
You need to finish off the team. Finish your food.
Yeah, literally one of the rules of war, whatever. Finish your enemy in totality. You don't
let them get a chance to come back.
You don't give them hope, because if you give them hope, they're going to take that and run with it. You give them an inch,
you're going to get fucked over.
Yeah, you give them an inch, they're going to go a mile. And that's what you don't want to do. And that's what these teams be doing. It is so frustrating to see, because I'm all like RIP Kobe. I'm like, y'all be talking all this Kobe mentality, this, that, and the third. Kobe trying to beat you by...
don't have that mentality, because as much as I like players getting along and stuff, I'm not going to lie, niggas was not as friendly as they were back in back in the day. They were not friendly.
It's way too buddy buddy. It's way too buddy buddy. Like, dog, I don't
cool
like
to
you.
Be cool off the court.
Off season,
y'all can be cool off the court.
Yeah,
but all that friendly shit on the court, it's got to stop.
Dog, I hate you.
Like, listen. It's not like how, say, when I remember even on there they were talking about like how Jordan would always get in the other team's head, and people thought it was to make them play worse. No, he wanted you at your best, to prove even at your best you can't beat me.
Yep. I mean,
there's no one in the NBA really doing that.
I mean, on top of that, though, he would be friendly with you at first, and then if he's made you laugh or smile or whatever, his team knew that he had you. Because you're thinking, oh, he's such a great guy. No, that's manipulation.
I'm not gonna lie, Jordan is not a great guy. He's a great hooper. A person, I don't know. That nigga selling shoes for $200, $300, $250. I don't know if that's a great guy, knowing that people getting shot over his shoes, still selling them for that much.
I mean, on top of that, he's invested in private prisons, but we ain't gonna talk about that.
Yeah, I don't know how true it is, but my uncles definitely said he was in Cincinnati and definitely used a hard R talking about the black people. I was like, all right. I don't know how true that is because it's old head talking.
I mean, it's old head talking. I mean, on top of that, though, his father was murdered too. So I mean, his perception on the community might be skewed, but that's a whole different conversation for a whole different podcast.
Yeah, that ain't our business.
Yeah. But the thing that is quite hilarious to me, though, is how you blow a 3-1 lead. And, like, speaking about the whole buddy-buddy thing, it's definitely too friendly. Like, dog, I'm trying to take your head off while we're on this court. We are going to war, essentially, when I'm on this court.
Pretty much.
Like, I'm not here to be your friend. We can be friends in the off-season, you know, all that shit. But, I mean, even then...
Even, like, right after the game, we can be cool after the game. I shake your hand after the game, tell you good game.
Basically.
But I'm not going to let you think that you can beat me.
No. I mean, the thing, and on top of that, though, if I'm up by 30, I'm trying to be up by 40. If I'm up by 40, I'm trying to be up by 50. I'm trying to destroy you. I want you to know.
Until there is no shot clock left, you should be trying to get as many points as possible.
Until that damn clock is on 0-0.
Because even though it's showing sportsmanship, what they do now, like where if a team's up by a lot, you'll notice like they just don't score again.
Yeah, they're like up by 30.
Like there's only like 30 seconds or 45 seconds left.
Yeah.
And it's like, I understand that sportsmanship, but like, no.
I mean, if it's like
if it's like a 30-point lead, yeah.
And we're the last minute.
You're kicking the horse while it's dead.
Yeah, we're in like the last literal, and I mean minute. I mean minute. Because 2 minutes, you can lose a damn 15 to 20 point lead in 2 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, who was it?
Tracy McGrady showed that.
Yeah, 15 points. What was it? 8 seconds or something like that? Or something?
It was something crazy.
I remember him and Ray Allen did something wild like that. Like they scored like a big amount of points.
I think it was Reggie Miller too.
I said Ray Allen. I meant Reggie Miller.
Yeah.
Scored like 8 points in like 12 seconds. Like T-Mac scored like 15 points in like 20 seconds, something like that. Yeah, no. So
you can easily blow a lead to a team that knows what they're doing.
Shit, to a player who has the will to win.
Dog, someone who refuses to lose.
Them two demonstrations, that was all will. All will.
And another thing I think that the Clippers forgot that just popped in my head. One of the scariest people or enemies to go against is someone who has nothing to lose. The Clippers had not the Clippers. The Nuggets had nothing to lose going into this game.
They had everything in the game.
They were going in that game where most people are like, you're going to lose. Mm-hmm. They already went in with people already having them down. If they lose, it was what people expected. It's Kawhi. But if they win, now Kawhi doesn't look even half as good as what people thought he would.
Yep.
Because especially, you remember how they were talking about this too, how when the season started, when he first let everybody know he was going to the Clippers,
mm-hmm.
They were showing he was doing the little commercials with New Balance and stuff, and he had like his king's crown and shit.
Yep.
Like pretty much trying to say he's the king now. And then you do some shit like this. Because you was talking real big when you had that ring. You was doing a lot of talking when you had that ring.
Remember the whole thing, I'm not going to the Clippers unless you give me some help or unless you give me a star player?
Mm-hmm.
We seen how that went.
And the funny thing is LeBron originally wanted him on his team.
Oh, LeBron and Kawhi would have been OP, we're being honest. If LeBron and Kawhi were on the same team, that would be overpowered.
Oh yeah,
that'd be disgusting.
But like he wanted him on his team originally, and I understand you want to go against the best, but then to try to pretty much say that you're the king, knowing damn well LeBron is still in the league, KD's about to come back. You can't. Dude, there are two players. There's only one of them that you can sort of guard, and that's LeBron. When KD's on the floor, he's not clamping KD, dog.
No.
Kawhi is not clamping KD. There's no one in the NBA. That was why when KD was talking about all the lockdowns and the NBA really aren't that good at defense, like, nigga, you're KD.
You're 7 fucking feet and you can shoot anywhere on the court.
Like, that's one of those, if you don't shut up, no. Like, we get it. You're good.
You're 7 feet fucking tall. It's kind of hard to guard somebody who's 7 feet who can shoot and who actually
like,
it's
not your fault that you're that tall, but you can't then just go around talking about, yeah, no one can guard me. Of course no one can fucking guard you.
You're 7 feet and you have a handle.
You're 7 feet. You're not slow.
Not
you
at
actually
all.
Can jump pretty high for how tall you are.
Like,
you
shut
can
up.
Shoot your fucking ass off.
You're a freak of nature and you're complaining about not somebody who can guard you. Alright, nigga.
Nigga, you are a big man with point guard qualities and big man qualities at the same time. Who can guard the three?
I ain't gonna hold you. Said some shit like that. I'm over here like, nigga, put you in the 90s then. Go ahead. Go ahead. So you get fucked up.
Hey, go again. Go against the Monstars, man.
Go ahead and go get some. Go ahead, go get some bad boy Pistons. Go ahead and face Bill Laimbeer. See how that works out for you.
If you put KD against the Pistons, he's getting injured.
Oh, he's getting fucked up. He's getting beat.
Like,
fucked up.
Like, it's not even like he's gonna get fucked up. He might get a concussion. No, something is getting broke.
Mm-hmm. He's built like me, but huge as far as like height goes.
Something is getting broke.
Like, come on now. But personally, I think it's hilarious how the Clippers choked a 3-1 lead. I mean, for the love of God, stop playing with your food. Stop playing with your food.
I feel bad for Doc Rivers though. Because Doc Rivers is not a horrible coach. I will say this. He's not a horrible coach. But it does not look good on your resume that you have now coached, 3 teams that have blown a 3-1 lead?
And it's bad when there's like Phil Jackson saying that you're damn near known for like blowing leads. And that clip.
Which Phil Jackson need to shut his ass up because he destroyed my entire organization. But
I love it.
Talk about that.
Sorry.
It's like the pot calling the kettle black.
I mean, he can do whatever the hell he wants. I mean, my man got rings actually playing and coaching on 2 different teams.
That's cool and all, but that nigga fucked up my team.
You just hurt. I was gonna say you just hurt.
No, you don't understand. Because I've said we were the 2nd seed at one point. It was like LeBron and then the Knicks. That's funny. Here comes Phil Jackson, who just decides, yeah, everyone has to go. He literally gets rid of everyone and then starts to blame Melo. Like, he didn't just get rid of his entire team.
I mean, the funniest thing was how people actually genuinely thought that Melo was like.
People started listening to that nigga like Melo was the problem.
I mean, it's funnier to me like how people thought that Melo's actually washed, like in this season. It's like, no, he can still.
Melo's been doing the same shit he's always done. It's just he's getting up there in age.
So it's slower. Essentially, it's just slower.
Like, he still gets to a spot. You know, when Melo gets to a spot, it's over.
If he has you in a triple threat, beware.
If he has you in a triple threat and you moving a little bit too much, he's got you.
I mean, we seen what he did to Zion. That was I ain't never seen a welcome to the league move like that.
No.
Man said, Jab, oh, you moving.
I will say this. Out of all players that have close to a Kobe mentality, Melo don't play with no one.
I mean, shit, the Melo-Kobe matchup when Melo's on the Nuggets, dog, legendary.
Mm-hmm. Kobe, I was trying to explain this. I think the Rambo was like, Kobe said the hardest person for him to guard was Melo because it's like trying to fight a bull. Because he does not back down from any challenge. Mm-mm. Even though he might not be the best defender, he's not the best playmaker. You are not going to have a good time guarding Melo.
Nope. Because he's going to shoot.
It's not a fun night for you.
It's not. I mean, he said, I remember, he said in an interview too, he said for him, it was hard for him to guard Melo and I think T-Mac. Mm-hmm. It was like, because like T-Mac was like damn near, and that's like the same.
It's like when you have a player that's not going to back down from you, it's very tough to guard them because they're like Melo knows he has a good amount of weight on him, especially compared to like how Kobe was. He knows he has like 10, 20 pounds on Kobe. he can throw that weight around a little bit more, and so he's kind of like moving Kobe around. Kobe has to try harder. It's not like he's guarding LeBron as much as LeBron is the greatest, if not one of the greatest to ever play the game.
Definitely one of them. He's definitely on the Mount Rushmore. I don't care what nobody says.
But that nigga, just like Anthony Davis, they're like peas in a pod, play down to their opponents.
I say Anthony Davis is worse.
Anthony Davis is definitely worse, but I'm not gonna let LeBron off the hook. I do it all the time.
You heard me rage at Anthony Davis for shooting jump shots against guards, dog. Why?
It was so annoying when it's like everyone's thinking that Anthony Davis is going to bake PJ Tucker coming out game one.
We all thought,
yo, this is food. This is barbecue chicken for this nigga.
Like this is
and he comes out and starts taking jump shots.
For what?
Why? No one on this team can guard you. No one.
Nobody.
Capella is not here, dog.
Like that series could have ended so much sooner.
That could have been a sweep.
Like I have no idea, like the thought process behind just letting your big man shoot jumpers.
Because I understand you want to be able to stretch the floor, but if you have that big of a mismatch,
it's like stretch the floor against
him to the paint.
Exactly, like stretch the floor against a matchup that's actually your size.
I say if you have like Hassan Whiteside, Clint Capella, Jared Allen, DeAndre Jordan, someone like that in the paint, I understand. Stretch the floor so they can come out, and then maybe other people can drive in just because they don't have to worry about that.
The shot blocker,
big interior defender.
Yeah.
But for you to be going against PJ Tucker as Anthony Davis, or God forbid, let me bring this up one more time because everybody loves to get on J.R. Smith. I like defending J.R. Smith because he's one of my favorite players. But he's still fucked up. But a lot of people don't like to talk about how LeBron had George Hill on him
and passed the ball.
I've said, you've heard me say, I don't give a damn what his basketball nature is. You can be a pass first person at heart. At a certain point, you have to understand I have the best chance to score.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to take this shot.
It's definite facts. I mean, I'm a pass first guard, but I know for a fact if I have a center on me, I'm gonna bust your ass on principle.
Yeah. It's like, when you have a mismatch, oh, this is my time.
Dog, literally whenever you have a center on you as a point guard, you immediately clear out. Move. This food.
That wasn't George. It was Steph Curry on him. Nigga had one of the smallest point guards in the NBA. The smallest.
In height and in weight.
Dog, this nigga is not bodying you. You are 6'8", 6'9", 240, 250.
All muscle, damn near.
And you going against 6'2", maybe 6'3". 6'3" is still pushing it when you look at Steph Curry.
In some Air Maxes, 6'3".
Like 185, maybe 190 on a good day.
Mm-hmm.
And you telling me you were going to pass so you don't got to take it up on him? Even if you still were going to pass, you could have at least drove and kicked. Nigga, just pass the ball.
I'm sorry. If I got Curry on me and I'm LeBron, Curry, I love you. Get nuts. Get nuts.
It's like we always want people, like as an NBA team, the coaches always want you to be able to get a mismatch. That's why they run a whole bunch of screens to try to get switches so that you have the desirable person on you so you can score the easy.
Basketball 101.
You had the desirable person on you. And you played down to him like you couldn't get by him.
So infuriating.
Oh, it's like, why?
But the meme was great, though.
The
meme where LeBron was like, what are you doing?
Yeah. I'm not going to lie. If I was J.R. Smith, I'd have been yelling back at him. But J.R. Smith know he fucked up, too. I mean, that's the only reason. He's like, I know I fucked up, so I'm going to just hold this one.
He literally said, I thought we was up, sir. There's a time and a place.
This is sir, anything's possible. He definitely thought they were up.
Dog, you look at the scoreboard all the damn time. Like, what?
You think he went in that game sober?
I mean, that's why they lost, so, I mean.
Nah. He ain't going that game sober. That, as much as I do understand getting mad at J.R. Smith. I don't understand people get mad at George Hill. I really don't.
He missed the free
put him
throw
in a situation he should not have been in.
But I mean, he missed the free throw, dog. You know how I feel about missing free throws.
Yeah, but my whole thing is LeBron put him in a situation he shouldn't even been in. He shouldn't even been in the situation to shoot those free throws.
I get it, but I mean, if you're in it to win it. For like a lack of like an entire better analogy.
I'll give him. He missed a free throw.
Like you should not be missing free throws. I am sorry. You are a professional athlete. We know the difference between high school, college, professional. Mm-hmm. There's levels to this shit. Like I played against D1 players. I played against ex-pro players. Dog, it hit different. Right?
Mm-hmm.
You're at the level that they're at, NBA, like the level that every kid has dreamed about. You're part of the select few. There's no reason why you're missing free throws. To me, there's no reason.
No.
There's none. Because, I mean, in high school, I had like I think it was like 90% at a free throw. Like, it was rare when I missed.
It's something that's like, you should have been practicing this most of your basketball career getting to this point.
Mm-hmm. That's why centers who can't shoot free throws.
Second nature to you.
Yeah, it's like that's why centers who miss free throws, like Shaq having a shitty free throw percentage, is baffling to me. You're 7 feet. Flick your wrist. If the ball is too small for you to shoot with two hands, which obviously you're 7 feet,
shoot with one.
Literally, just that's it.
I like shooting free throws. I think I was pretty good at them, especially when I was actually in. Not even actually in shape, but just in my hooping shape of what I was, still being around robots. But free throws were not once. Even though people hate people that hit the backboard, even if you don't, people hate people who like use the backboard, the square on the backboard for their shots. If you have to use it, dog.
Fuck people think, dog. The granny shot. Literally say people. Shaq didn't want to use it because he didn't like the way it looked. I'm sorry, Shaq. Your free throw percentage could have been better. I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all free throw percentages would be better if you just do it.
A lot of people's free throw percentages could be better if they quit trying to just cater to what the society makes you think is normal and okay.
I'm sorry. If my free throw percentage was ass and I had to shoot the granny style in order to get a better percentage, shit.
Hey, if it works for you, it works for you, dog.
I be pulling threes with the granny shot. Niggas be like, what the fuck? Oh, that went in? Yeah. It's different out here.
But, like, it just, that, nigga, the easiest thing that I remember, even in Little League, the first thing they told me was to aim for the square. As soon as I learned that, boom, boom.
I'm sorry, that damn square is a lie sometimes, though. At least for layups. Because that shit will roll around.
Layups,
I'm like,
it's a lie.
Square is a lie.
Is definitely a lie. But for the backboard,
free throws,
for free throws, backboard,
because you're shooting head up, you're shooting directly at it. So it's like just hit it.
Nigga, just hit the middle of the square.
Just don't hit it hard.
Don't hit it hard. Don't hit bottom of the square. Don't hit top of the square.
Hit the direct.
You want to aim for the middle.
Direct middle.
Hey, you off to the even for mid range. You off to the left. Aim for that the top left, the top left corner. Like if you can't do what normal people do, because it's only really, let's be honest, there's only really black people that try to shame people that shoot off the backboard.
Yeah.
Just because niggas be like, nah, you gotta make going nothing but net.
And the irony is,
we ain't all nice at basketball. Let's be honest.
The funny thing is, you realize how difficult shooting a backboard shot is in actual game, like full speed.
Dog, it's not an easy thing to do.
It's not. It's easier to actually go for the rim. The backboard actually takes a lot more skill, which is why I learned it. But it takes a lot more skill to actually hit the backboard. A lot more. Because you actually have to have a touch. You have to kiss it off the glass. That's why Tim Duncan's fucking turnaround fade off the glass was so damn beautiful looking. Because that shit will just kiss.
Dog. You can't. It's one of the first things that they teach you when you're just starting out in basketball. And people just, once they get older, just decide, nah, you're not supposed to do that. Like, no, it's a part of basketball.
The only time I don't like that 3-point line, that's the only one that I will be like, nah, that shit ugly.
Like, it's ugly, but if you got to do it, you got to do it.
Nah, you know what you shoot. You mean to hit net, but you hit it a little too hard. You don't even notice it. It hits the backboard. That you're like,
I'm not saying. Look, I'm saying I understand. It definitely is ugly because I've I've definitely had a day, especially we were in gym one time, and for some reason I was just feeling it that day for no reason. Everything was flicking the net. Every shot. And I was like, yo, I could go to the NBA like this.
I hate you so much.
No, because you don't understand. It was like 6 shots in a row, straight flick. Like, it's not no bullshit. Just you heard the net flick every shot. And they was mad because they wanted the ball because they thought I was gonna miss. Nah,
remember my change, bitch.
But like, I was feeling that. I was like, yo, if I continue to shoot like this, I could play for an NBA team.
I'm league bound, nigga. Fuck you mean?
No, that's how I felt. And then I was like, but I'm not in shape though.
I mean,
fuck it, I could still go.
Shit, somebody need to spot up shooter somewhere. That shit's atrocious. But yeah, Clippers, you stink.
Clippers, oh my god.
That's like I say, Clippers, you stink.
Paul George, if you even make it to the next season without getting traded, I'll be surprised.
I mean, to think that Paul George, I mean, here's the thing, I don't want to slander him too much because Paul George definitely is a great player, right? His season with the Pacers, or his run with the Pacers, was legendary, right? Mm-hmm. But dog, how does one player on the Nuggets outscore both you and Kawhi? Murray gave you 40. Y'all had 24 together.
One of the things that Randall brought up that Stephen A. Smith said was Paul George, and I actually agree with it. It was scary, accurate when I thought about it. Paul George is in danger of becoming the next Dwight Howard.
You know, it's crazy. I know exactly what that means too.
Because he was great on Indiana, just like Dwight Howard was amazing
on the Magic
for Orlando.
Yep.
Nigga was a monster for Orlando. As soon as he left, that's when his decline started. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of how it looks for Paul George. As soon as he left Indiana, that's when his decline started.
Exactly. I mean, he went to OKC, did okay. Literally, he did okay. See, what'd I do? Then went to the Clippers and they got their ass clipped. Like,
nigga hit the side of the backboard.
Hit the not just the side, the other side of the backboard.
Wasn't it like actually like the top of the backboard?
Literally the top of the other side, not the. And he was in the corner, so I understand the side of the backboard on your corner. That happens if you're off, you're fading, whatever. Yeah. You hit the other side of the top of the backboard. You managed
to hit the other side top of the backboard.
Which means that's damn near a fucking shot.
No, I understand that sometimes you can get in your own head. I do that on 2K, but it's not 2K, it's NBA. People get in their own head shooting. And like it might fuck up your shot because you in your own head worrying about if you're gonna make the next shot when you should just be worried about winning the game. But to that extent, you're in the NBA, dog. I'm sorry, you've been playing basketball. You should have. For most people, you've been playing basketball since you were a literal child. You've played Little League, AAU, high school, shit like that. College. By the time you get to the NBA, all this worrying about other shit, what people think, should be out the window by this point.
Yeah, dog. Like, I'm not saying you to have stone skin or whatever. I mean, obviously, we live like in the digital age. I'm not telling you not to have no feelings. You don't got to be a robot. Yeah, like we obviously like live like in a digital age where you're gonna get slandered into oblivion. But I mean, at the same point, you have to be realistic with yourself. Damn if you do, damn if you don't. So you might as well go all out.
Like, if I was famous, if I literally had clout like Paul George, I would literally take everything with a grain of salt.
You have to.
Like I might see some slander. I'm like, all right, you know, I played bad, but like it was one game.
I mean, you're called Pandemic P. I mean, if anything, you should use that as motivation to just go harder.
The only person that I've seen the biggest one that I've seen used for motivation was when they was calling KD Mr. Unreliable. Mm-hmm. And that nigga came out and shut his whole city up.
Dog, there was that, and then the fact that Pat Bev was talking that big shit about how he clamped KD.
Pat Bev was talking about he clamped him up
and gave him 40 the very next game. Like,
no, cause Pat Bev don't know how to shut his mouth.
I mean, you got to use that like as motivation. Like, you should know that people are gonna say whatever the hell they want. Like, I can slander Paul George and all that all I want to, but I gotta realize we're playing 1-on-1. He busts my ass every which way from Sunday.
Oh yeah.
But at that same token, you got to realize that there's people, not even like me, because honestly, I don't really give that much of a fuck about the NBA as far as like teams and like I'm a Bulls fan. My team does good, they great, they don't, whatever. But I mean, you got to realize there's a bunch of people who are behind their keyboards who just are miserable and daily just want to bring you down.
It's a lot of people that look like me but don't think like me.
Exactly.
Not me like this, but like.
Yeah, we get it. But I mean, so you got to use that shit as motivation just to shut everybody up. Because I mean, honestly, I'm going at my competition's neck, proving to them that I'm the best motherfucker out here.
No,
like
that's the only way that you're. That's the way that you're supposed to play.
Yeah, I'm teaching everybody in this league as to why I am who I am, why I get paid the way I do, and why I am feared more than anything. Why I'm feared and respected. Because they know when I step on this court.
I do like KD as a player and as a person because he don't do a lot of talking.
I mean, ever since his damn stock accounts got found out, yeah, he kind of stopped that.
Hey man.
Yeah, I ain't letting him live that one down. My man definitely was out here with the sock account and got caught.
And it was the only way he was doing talking though, for real. Because some people just feel like they can't always get out with it. This is not me trying to save him. He had sock accounts. That nigga was out there having burner accounts, doing bullshit. But like, not all the time, especially when you're at his caliber of a player, can you always say what's on your mind. Mm-hmm. Like, I still don't agree with even him saying, like, when he kind of agreed with everybody saying Russell Westbrook was the problem, which, I'm sorry, if you're the best player on the team, if you're supposed to be like the captain of the team, you don't then start blaming your other players.
You don't. You just take it on the chin.
Damn what the team says. You know you're the captain of that team. Damn what the coach says. The coach could say Russell is the captain of the team. Russell knows you're the captain of the team.
Because when you look at the stat sheet, not even the stat sheet, but like when the game's on the line and shit like that, who's going to have the ball in their hand?
Yeah, that's the captain of the team.
Who do they look to lead them and shit like that? Like, yeah, you're the kind of the captain.
When you know you're the captain of the team, you can't act like the rest of the players.
Yeah, you got to be better than that. On top of that, it's a group effort. And I mean, you should know. I mean, any great player, Kobe, Jordan, shit like that, you're going to get all the blame and none of the praise. Actually, you're going to get all the blame and a lot of the praise. You're going to get both, but you're going to get mostly all the blame. It don't matter.
When you win, you are the greatest player of all time.
And when
LeBron,
you lose,
Kobe, Jordan. Win the game, you are the greatest player of all time.
Yep.
Lose the game, you are overrated.
As hell, it happens all the time. Literally, it happens all the time. I mean, like, you could just drop 25 or whatever, and the rest of the team could not drop, like, 15, right? Mm-hmm. You're still going to get blamed for not dropping 40 in order to help your team win.
Exactly. You were the leader of the team. You should have took over.
Yep, you should have took over. It's like, dog, I dropped 25. Like, that's a solid amount of points for one player to drop.
Yeah, but to them, you're not a regular player. You're the star of the team.
Exactly. Exactly.
That is the one thing that is like, when you're the star of the team, that's the damned if you do, damned if you don't. Because you still see yourself as a regular player. Because most people, like, when you're in the NBA, you're all in the NBA. You might understand like you're the captain of the team, but not everyone in the NBA considers themselves to be better than the other person, unless it's someone like Pat Bev who talks shit.
Okay.
But like, you're not gonna be out here thinking, oh, he's only gonna give me 3 points, so I gotta drop 40.
Yep.
You trust your teammates to be able to do their part of the job.
Because that's your team.
Yeah, but when it doesn't happen and you didn't take over,
you're now the bad guy.
Now it's like it's your fault because you could have took over and won the game.
You could have gave him 80.
If a nigga told anybody in the NBA they could give a nigga 80, I'd be like, so you just think I'm the second coming of Kobe?
Like, no. Shut your mouth.
Ain't nothing worse than Skip sitting there trying to criticize Damian Lillard for dropping 60. You criticize a nigga for dropping 60 points, and then later in the year, which was recent now, when he tried to call cap on Dak Prescott for having depression. After that, I was like, all right, Skip, you done lost me.
You're doing too much to be Shock value. You can't be doing that.
And once again, Uncle Shan tried to save him. He tried to be like, you just don't know what he's going through. I don't, but this is what I believe. It's like, nigga, I tried to save you. It's over.
As soon as he said, "This is what I believe," fuck.
You saw it on Shannon's face. Like, I tried. I tried.
I did my best, people. I mean,
like, people, it's easy when you're not in the position of whatever it is, what Dak Prescott situation, any situation LeBron's been in, any situation KD's going to be in, any situation, say, Kyrie Irving's going to be in, where it's easy to say from the outside looking in, this is the problem, but you don't know everything. You know what the media tells you. You know what little things the players tell you.
Yep.
Like with Kyrie and the Celtics, and everybody trying to say Kyrie was the poison for the team, and it's like, my biggest thing is Kyrie is a great player. He can be a number one scoring option. I don't think he needs to be a leader of a team.
No. Second.
Like on the Cavs with LeBron, he is the number one scoring option.
But LeBron is the captain.
Leader.
Yeah.
I think it'll be kind of the same thing on the Nets. He'll be the number one. Maybe no, he might be number two because
he'll be number two behind KD.
He's going to be a top scoring option, but KD's going to be the captain.
Yep.
And I think that works better for him. He not saying he's a bad player, but I don't think it's not that he's poison. It's not like whatever team he goes to is not going to win.
No, he just needs an actual leader. He's not meant to lead. At least a team. He's meant to just go there, do his job, drop buckets, do what he can lead
by example. He can't be the actual like full on like has to talk.
He's not vocal. He's not vocal. Because I'd actually argue that PJ Tucker's actually probably the best captain for the Rockets because he's actually vocal.
He's
consistently.
Because like easy. It's easy to get lost. It's easy to get lost in the game of basketball when no one's talking.
You got to have somebody who's actually calling out everything that's going on.
Yeah,
that
like
way
when
you can
we're playing 2K, even though it's a video game, but 2K, and we'll start getting quiet, and like me and you will be playing defense, and I didn't know you were gonna switch.
Yep.
Because no one said anything. We're both guarding the same guy. I'm like, oh, I didn't know you were switching.
Yeah. Until we get into the groove, and then before you know it, nigga.
Yeah. That's the one thing. If I play with you long enough and I know that your tendency is to switch, I'll switch immediately.
Just
like, I do that with my boy ASAP on Xbox. When I have to run into a screen, I see him over there. I'm like, oh, he's gonna switch, so I just stay on the other side.
Yep.
It's literally no words have to be said, but that's not every situation. So it's like it's always best to always communicate. So I don't think Kyrie is the most vocal all game. He might be vocal for a portion,
or in the huddle, maybe.
Yeah, he might be vocal then, but for the entire game, like calling stuff out, I don't think that's him.
Like a Chris Paul is a great example because Chris Paul, that's the floor general right there. That's why he's one of my favorite point guards.
PJ Tucker, LeBron, all three of them call out a lot of stuff.
Like
they will be vocal for most of the game.
Like Chris Paul right there, that's a floor general. That's a floor general.
I will never take away. Chris Paul is one of the best actual playmakers in the NBA. If not the best.
That's a pure playmaker right there. Pure playmaker.
No, he knows how to make plays, period, in general. Nigga knows what he is doing. Never gonna take that away from him. Now, is he the best point guard? As of right now, no. Playmaker, number one.
I mean, I'm biased. I love Damian Lillard.
Damian Lillard is a different beast. Like he's a leader of the team, but he's not like the biggest playmaker.
Mm-mm.
That nigga leads. That is a lead by example, but he does it in a very good way.
I'm about to say he does it in a way that like his team actually like rallies behind him though.
Yeah. Like, oh. Him and CJ McCollum on Twitter.
Petty, and I'm here for it.
I don't give a damn. I love to see it. That one I love to see it because Pat loved to talk big shit.
Dog, he was running all of the lips talking
That's the thing about
crazy.
Pat Bev. Is like he talks like he is like the best point guard in the NBA.
Like the
You
best
can't
defender.
I can't trust you to get 10 points a game, my nigga. I can't consistently.
Like, no. Like, nah, Pat Bev, you need to relax. So the fact that CJ McCollum and Damian Lillard were on his head like that is hilarious.
Dog, it was great.
Like,
But
should we get that extra trip to Cancun? I'm
the
like,
nigga
hey, yo.
saying he gonna be in Cancun with black Air Forces and a hoodie on.
Like, dog, that's wild to me.
Dog, oh my goodness.
But Clippers, you stink. Get your shit together.
God awful. We really started off on the Clippers and got that far away.
It'd be like that sometimes, man. Staying on topic of basketball, though. Big E once ran about the shot stick. Go ahead, man.
We talked about this a lot. I was gonna say a little, but it really wasn't a little. It was a lot because we realized we were supposed to be podding. But I have a very big issue with the shot stick. Well, let me say we agreed. We have a very big issue with the shot stick.
Yep.
I was trying to explain this to Rambo. In every other game that has a skill gap, I don't give a damn if it's the only sports game that's trying to actually have a skill gap. In every game, period, that had a skill gap, there's not intentional variables. 2K is the only game that's meant to have a skill gap that has intentional variables. Like, the only other game close, and their skill gap isn't even that big, is Apex.
That's because
shotguns have varying damage for like a Mastiff or a Peacekeeper.
Yeah.
That's about it. But almost every game that has a skill gap does not have intentional variable. 2K, for some reason, thought it was a good idea to have a shot meter that's always changing when you're using the right stick to aim. I don't know who told them that was a good idea. I literally said during the demo it wasn't a good idea. I wish I would have put out that video now.
Yeah, you stink.
I didn't put it out because I remember I told you I fucked up the audio recording of it. It was double audio.
You should have recorded that bitch again.
But the biggest problem, I'm still probably gonna do a rant on my own channel on this because that's how adamant I am about this. The biggest problem is that you can't say that there's a skill gap if it's something that's always changing. You can't expect someone to, especially like how it is now, how ridiculous they've made it. Because even before I said this isn't a good idea, but now it's a horrible idea. Because you've had it happen. I've had it happen to me where you're sitting in a spot where you've taken the same shot multiple times. And you'll get like a center, slightly right, slightly left, and now you're getting wide right, wide left.
Yep.
And it's like, so you want me to adjust my shot that much and still time it right for the maximum boost? God forbid, I don't know who told them this was a good idea to still keep that model, and then you can turn off your shot meter. God forbid you don't have on your shot meter, and now you don't know where the fuck you're supposed to be aiming.
You just guess
because you really don't know. As much as people try to tell you there's a certain way to do it, you don't know. Because I've done the exact same shot the exact same way 3 different times, got 3 different results.
I have shot from the right hand corner and my meter was on my left hand side. Okay.
It makes no sense. You don't know because it varies. Because apparently if you pull the right stick down too quick, it changes. If you're fading and you pull it a certain way, it changes. If you pull the right stick in a certain direction, it changes the complete thing. And most people are just trying to pull it straight down. So now if I slightly pull it straight down and to the right, slightly, it didn't mean to. Now I changed my whole shot.
Yep.
That makes no sense. If you're going to make a skill gap, there has to be constants. It is a big issue when there's no constants. It's not a skill gap. It's like what's another game that has variables like that? I can't think of another game that has that bad of a variable.
There's none. I can think
I
of
was,
none.
I was about to say like a different one, but all the other ones that might have that bad of a variable, like NBA 2K Playgrounds, it's meant to be arcade.
The closest thing that you get to like actual like variables is like fighting games, and even then there's like set damage and frames and shit like that.
Yeah, that's another thing. I was arguing with Rambo about this. I definitely brought up Tekken. I'm like, in Tekken, I was like, because I've talked to you about this before. If 2K took ideas from different video games, because they've done it before, aesthetic wise, gameplay wise, whatever, they've done it before. If they took Tekken's punish system and tried to implement that in a way in 2K, it would be perfect. If you fuck up your dribble moves, if you like say you're spamming the dribble moves too quickly and you lose the ball, that's a punish.
Yeah.
If you dribble into somebody, a punish is you lose the ball. If you continuously leave somebody open, and they know how to time their shot, like they can at least get a full white every time.
Yeah. Because
yeah, like right on like how the shot meter is right on the line of how it was last year, a full bar. You get punished for that because you're not supposed to be leaving someone who's a sharp open.
We ain't gonna talk about it. We'll talk about
it. There shouldn't the biggest issue. You cannot have a skill gap. This game doesn't, as much as they're trying to tout this game as having a skill gap, you cannot have a skill gap if I can literally leave you open, wide open, by just going to sit in the paint and know you're going, even on a mid-range, you're going to miss. That's not a skill gap. It's not.
Skill gap should be made by a person's actual skills with the sticks, not percentage or playing the law of averages.
Like, you cannot convince me that it is a skill gap when it is so hard. A game that is hard for the sake of being hard is not a skill gap. It's a rage game.
Yeah, the Impossible game, Geometry Dash,
Bloodborne. Hey, Bloodborne.
The Soul series.
Yeah, Dark Souls. Fucking Sekiro. Rage games. They're not necessarily you have to have high skill. They're literally meant to be difficult just for the sake of being difficult. They're those type of games.
So you learn and adapt. It's hard to learn and adapt when something's constantly changing, and there was no type of like set way to even know what you're adapting to.
Even for those games, like it's like going into Sekiro and you're going against that bull with the flaming thing on his head.
Yep.
And all of a sudden that nigga pull out a gun. Like, like what?
You were adjusting to him charging at you the whole time, and now all of a sudden he's busting. Like, wait, what? Like that's essentially what happened. Because I mean, everybody was bitching about the shot meter, and at first it actually worked just fine.
It worked. I still didn't like it because it moved still too much, in my opinion. But it was still something you could get more used to that because it wasn't as big of a. You didn't have to make as big of an adjustment. It was just slightly.
Yep.
A little more than I would want, but still like slight.
Enough to where you could at least move it a little bit. Now it legit just shoot out of nowhere, and there's actually delay. I don't know if they added this or it's just the lag compensation. But whenever I hold down, I'm like immediately waiting to like adjust my shot, and then it will wait like a good second, damn near, and then my meter appears. I have to adjust like in like milliseconds. I can't react that fast because you immediately just jerk your finger.
The issue with it is the biggest issue with the right stick shooting in general for games, well, for both this game and 17, was when you're shooting with the right stick, it's also your dribble stick. Mm-hmm. So there's going to be natural input delay. And then you're playing on their servers, which are god awful. So you have delay from trying to get the game to understand from the server side that you were doing a jump shot. So then the meter finally pops up. And now instead of having maybe the 1 to 2 second interval that you'd have to time and aim your shot, you now like have a second, maybe half a second,
if that, like literally if that, because it's literally so instant as far as like your adjustments. The meter takes a second. Like, so you pull it down on your analog stick because there's a delay to it within reason, obviously. That's one thing, but it should be, if I hold it down, that it actually appears faster, because that's how it was like when the game first dropped. But now there's delay to it, so like I don't even use like the stick no more. I use square. Like I'm back to using square, which pisses me off because I learned to stick for nothing apparently.
And the biggest thing I need people to understand is, if you think that the right stick takes skill, then please answer me why there is almost no one who is considered to be high comp in 2K, like comp in 2K, who's a shooter who is using the right stick. If you can name me 10 people who are considered comp that use the right stick for shooting, I'll shut up. I will shut up and say that it takes skill.
It did for a little bit. The biggest thing was it just gave you a bigger window for whites to go in, which I could understand why people might have been mad about that.
But it's also the way that it was meant to be.
Yeah, that's the way it's meant to be. You get the green, the center, then both, and then a bigger white window.
That's one of the other things that I don't like about the 2K community, because when 2K explains it, this is one thing I'll give 2K. They'll explain something, and the 2K community underestimates what they meant by it. Mm-hmm. Like when they told us if you time it properly and aim it properly, it gives you a huge boost. Mm-hmm. They underestimated how big of a boost it gives you. Because
I was definitely hitting slightly late with slightly right timing and cashing them shits consistently.
Mm-hmm. You still can if it actually is possible with the way that
the shit moves now.
Because oh my god, but it's still possible. But it's like, did y'all not read when they told you that there was gonna, like when Mike Wang literally explained what was gonna happen?
Boost, not just like a kind of boost, a significant boost.
Like he literally told you how it was gonna be. Y'all didn't say anything then. People thought that it was going to be too hard to shoot, and he tells you, yeah, there's a significant boost, and then he lets us know you can turn off the shot meter then for another boost. You can stop aiming, turn off your shot meter, and you have an even bigger boost.
And honestly, aiming it was not that difficult the first week. It wasn't. I legit was using Square the first 2 days to get my badges. By like day 3, damn near, I was using the shot stick, cashing. Like I literally have 3 of my videos on my channel right now. I'm using the analog stick, by the way. So I should tell y'all something.
But like the only other thing is, I remember when I was trying to figure out how to shoot with the right stick at first, there was a video, and this, especially when I thought they were doing too much, there was a video explaining for before the patch when they fucked up the shot meter, shot stick. The way to try to get it perfect, like where you get pretty much the same aiming every time, where you'd have to literally flick up on the right stick when your player put his hand out to catch the ball, and then as soon as you catch it, flick it back down, and then you would just have to slightly curve it to the right.
Yep.
But I'm still like, yo, so every time I catch the ball, I have to make sure that I perfectly time me flicking up the right stick and then back down. I was like, this is doing too much.
Yeah.
Like I'm sorry if it at this point, if you're not gonna have it where I just aim straight down, it's doing too much, because y'all did way too much with it.
Because people didn't want to learn it when you just said you had to aim it straight down. That's the crazy part. Yeah. People didn't want to learn it when he initially said... They just
complained that it was too easy without doing it.
Without even trying it. It's all like, y'all don't realize how, like, off you actually be pulling your stick down. Especially with PlayStation, like, by how, like, the way the analog stick is set up, it's kind of like a bigger circle, so you have more room for error.
I'm about to say, you naturally, you don't actually pull straight down. You pull towards your hand.
Yep.
Because that's down for your thumb.
Yep. You're basically pulling down like this, essentially. You're not necessarily pulling it down, because it's kind of like an awkward feeling in your wrist. You actually feel if you're pulling straight down.
Yeah. It's not as easy as people think it is. It's definitely not difficult, but it's not as easy as people think it is to actually pull straight down on a controller.
Once you get the hang of it, and like you get like that feeling, it's second nature.
Now, I do understand from playing 2K17, when the game first came out, the right stick shooting, it was a little too easy, because it wasn't. The boost was supposed to be only if you pull straight down. You got a boost, period, using the right stick when the game first came out for 17. Mm-hmm. Like, people would literally be shooting off left, off right, and it would still give them that boost, and they'd make it.
Yep.
But like, once they fixed it, it's like all you have to do is aim straight down. If it's green, you have a bigger boost to making it. And then people still complain, so then they just got rid of it. Like, there was no boost. So then there was no point using the right stick. So now everybody's just using square. And people then complain that it's the same game after that is people's GOAT game. I will say this once again. People say 2K17 is the GOAT. They complain to start off the year. They complain to end the year. They complained so much there was damn near 25 patches for that game, if not.
Yeah. Because I told you, I didn't know what was going on with my shot. One
and
week
then
I was
finally explained.
Yeah, 1 week I was hitting, next week I wasn't hitting. 1 week I was hitting, next week I wasn't hitting. Then I went like damn near 2 months and I wasn't shooting anything. I was doing nothing but holding turbo.
Yeah, it's like, then I explained, because they kept touching shooting because everyone was complaining.
And I had no idea. Literally none. I was
so people
lost.
complained that shooting was too easy, then they complained too hard, then they complained too easy. Then they complained that Mike Wang keeps touching shooting. It's like, so what do y'all want him to do?
Like, maybe
he changes it when you say it's too easy, changes it when you say it's too hard. You don't want him to touch it because he keeps changing it when you guys complain about it.
It's like, if anything, I'd much rather just be easy. Like, it could be easy, just builds I can't shoot, just can't shoot. It's like, it's not that difficult. If you're a shot creator,
it's really not hard.
You should be able to shoot.
That was my biggest thing with 2K is they could literally just make it so unless you have this 3-point rating, you don't even get a green one. Everything will be white.
Like, your green window is so minuscule, you hit 1 out of 10. Like, you'll hit 1 out of 10.
Like,
and I can almost guarantee you at center, you're not taking 10 threes.
I wouldn't even give him a chance. I'd be like, you get no green window until you get like a 75, 83 point rating.
75 seems reasonable.
Yeah.
If you have a 65, you get a couple, but it's so far few and in between. It's not even worth the risk.
You don't get a consistent green window until you get 75. If you have below a 60, you don't get a green window, period.
Yep. I can do that. I can deal with that. Because if you're not a shooter, you should not be shooting. Mid ranges, okay. But we already know people ain't trying to shoot mid ranges. I mean, I will. I'll shoot the fuck out of a mid range. But threes, everyone shoot three.
It's not like the thing about mid range in 2K. It's not like the NBA, because in the NBA, mid range is hard to guard because it's really kind of a guessing game. You don't know if he's going to pull up, step back for a three, or go into the paint. You don't know what he's going to do.
Which is why I love it.
Yeah, but in 2K, that shit's easy to guard. You just kind of just stand there. Because they kind of like drag your, especially if you can get the body up animation, it's easy to guard mid range. You're literally just stuck to his hip the entire time,
which is fucking stupid. As somebody who's a mid range shooter by nature, it's so fucking irritating in this game.
Yeah, it's the mid range is definitely not an easy shot in 2K, and it's not even for the same reason that it is an easy shot in the real NBA. Yeah, most people just don't want to shoot it in the NBA because 3 is more than 2.
I mean, if I was shooting 2K because, I want to get a dunk. Me, y'all already see me say, I want to shoot it. I want that jumper.
Dog, I hate when I'm going for a pull-up and they force me into a layup on a big man. I'm like, I didn't want to do this. Now I look like a rim runner.
I mean, especially like when we be playing, y'all see like that Rambo something like a high screen. I'll just stop at the mid-range and pull it immediately. Mm-hmm. I don't need that 3.
It's like, nah, look, but it's like, y'all will see me run into the paint sometimes. You're like, I know you didn't mean to take that.
Oh, absolutely. I know when you mean to do it. I know when you don't. I'm like, he didn't mean to take that shit.
It's like, yo, now I look like a rim runner to the other team. Now I look like an idiot.
Now I look ass. Now I look ass.
Y'all making me look real. Y'all making me look real random right now, man.
I got beef. I got grievances.
But that right stick shit, they're doing too much with it. I don't care what at this point I don't care what anybody else says. If you try to tell me the right stick is not an issue, then you obviously don't use it.
I do. Well, I tried to.
Because me and Woo both use it. We see obviously the issue with it. Mm-hmm. Anybody who tries to tell me there's not an issue with it doesn't use it. I'm sorry.
Because I literally spent like a good 3 to 4 hours playing my career, adjusting to it. And when I finally did, started going to the park, getting buckets. I was like, hey, yo, this right stick is dope. Next thing I know, they patch it and I can hit shit. And now I'm like, I'm fucked.
We literally, first time he got on after the patch, we were in the pro-am. First shot he took, wide left. He was like, what? That happened to me too. I was like, yo, what do you mean wide left? This was just center yesterday.
Yeah, so I'm over it. I'm using square all over again now. Only time I'm using the right stick is like if I'm wide open and I'm just practicing at this point.
The only thing that sucks for me is that my player, if I want the big enough boost to actually hit consistently, I need to use the right stick and turn off my meter.
Yeah, you have to. I don't.
And it's like, unless I get VC to make a new player, I'm kind of fucked.
Side note, we gotta talk about the overpowered players after this one.
Overpowered players?
Oh, dog. The builds that you would think were would be ass are not ass.
Oh, all right. Talk to you after the podcast.
Oh yeah. Y'all ain't getting all this. Nope. Nah.
Hey, this ain't none of y'all business.
This ain't none of y'all business.
But that right section, 2K, please fix it. At least take it back to how it was before. I could live with that.
If you want to shorten,
you only
like
have to take
boost,
it back to the first day of the patch where I could shoot consistently because I was going crazy.
And if you want to shoot,
that's what I'd want it, but that's just personal preference because I was shooting good.
And if you want to shorten the boost on it, I honestly don't give a fuck. Go ahead. I'm gonna adjust. I'm gonna do what I gotta do. But I mean, all in all, I mean, we're going to the next gen anyway, so I mean, fuck it.
As long as this bullshit does not continue on next gen, I'll be cool.
Basically. Last piece of news that we got is Call of Duty Cold War Alpha is available at the time of this podcast. It's going to release tomorrow on the 18th, so it is available. You were able to preload it yesterday or the day that we're recording, which is the 17th. So you can preload it right now for everybody who's listening, and play it all the way up until Sunday, actually, which is my birthday. Gang shit.
Gang.
Yeah, so go ahead and cop that. We're going to talk about it during the next podcast and revisit some of these topics anyways with the full squad. That, folks, I ain't got nothing else on my podcast. No, you got anything, bruh?
Besides... same thing from before of merch. Look out for merch. I'm thinking of different ideas for merch because, this is the biggest thing. This isn't going to be a rant. It's just something I noticed, and I'm trying to start more paying attention to researching other content creators and other things in general. Is a lot of content creators merch, like the generic one is literally just their logo, and that's cool to have that merch for like a logo. But if I want to actually have a successful merch store, I need stuff that actually looks enticing to wear.
Yep.
So it's like, you can't just have your logo. You need certain designs. So I'm working on doing certain designs. So very simple thing to do is I have this app on my phone. It's a camera app called Daz Camera. And it has hella vintage camera filters. And I can like adjust the filters to however I want them. So I can literally get something that looks like a picture that was taken in like the 60s. It even has it for like videos too. So I could do stuff like that as well, where like you'll see it even in today because people love like the vintage look. Now it's like the old like VHS tapes. Yeah. I could get that type of filter on, like type of video on it. And it's like, that is an idea because I know people like the vintage look, and I could definitely do something with that. So designs, watch out for those. I need to finish this video, but watch out for a video coming soon. It's going to be about why some of y'all might not be meant to be Twitch streamers and content creators.
Biggie's being an asshole.
Nah, it's more like I'm explaining. You know, when someone says they want to do something, you explain to them all the stuff they're gonna have to do, and then they realize they don't want to do it.
I mean, yeah, it's content creation. Everybody thinks they want to do it until you realize how much time and effort you actually got to put into it to be successful. I mean,
yeah, and sometimes you have to do stuff you don't want to do.
Like, I gotta get more of a social media presence, and I hate being on social media like that.
It's like I need to actually stay focused on fully editing a video, but me knowing me, it's tough for me because I like to put. Because I started when I first made my YouTube channel, I started out montages, so I like doing deep edits. My issue is whenever I'm doing deep edits, I don't have a PC that can handle gracefully deep edits. So whenever I'm doing a whole bunch of I'll put like color correction or like a LUT on my video, put like overlays and like different text and overlays and stuff, and do like different transitions and shit like that. And it's like, that's cool and all, but once again, I have a GTX 970 and a i7 that's not the most up-to-date i7.
Yeah, you're basically your own worst enemy.
Yeah, I like to do the edits and I like the end product, it's because it takes so long that I get annoyed sometimes.
Yeah, this nigga here,
That-
y'all.
That is the biggest thing, is why I want a better graphics card, but also I'm broke, so graphics card gonna have to wait until I get some clout or something, or a job, one of the two,
Or Black Air Forces.
yeah, one of the two, or one of the three. You know, I had some Black Air Forces at one point.
I'm actually about to buy me a pair.
Those used to be the shoes I always wore to school too.
I definitely had 2 pair. I had a pair of Black Air Forces like when I was like in the 3rd grade. I got them again like when I was in the 5th grade. Then I had a pair of all white ones in like the 6th grade.
Dog, my mom, when I was really young, she really loved green. So my parents were not married when I was born, but I actually was at the reception. I didn't get to go to the wedding because they went to Tennessee for that, which is why we go to Gatlinburg. Why we used to go to Gatlinburg like almost every summer, which was cool. But I was at the reception. She had me in a green suit, man.
I'd have fried your little ass.
It was all green, right? It was a lime green. And like it had like one shade of green was darker, and it was like in stripes. I had the suit jacket and pants with it.
You was out here looking like a little watermelon dog. Oh my god.
No, because I wasn't this big at the time. I was big, but I wasn't this big. You've seen the picture of me when I was younger.
Oh,
like when I was like 5.
You still getting flamed because you had the chubby face, dog. I'm going crazy. You getting the 60 work.
No, I was definitely out here in like 3-piece suit, dog, like a pimp.
Oh, yeah, I'd have went nuts. You would have got flamed.
All I was missing was a cane on Halloween, and I could have said I'm a pimp named Slickback. Slickback. But had me out there in a green suit at the reception. She got me these shoes that were green and red.
Your mom ain't love you when you was a kid.
She loved green.
Nah, she
ain't. And so she had me in green stuff.
That's the problem. She ain't love you like that. She got you down bad.
Oh, I didn't last so long because I only remember the only thing I remember wearing was the green suit because I remember being at that reception. Granted, I remember that reception hall being mad dark.
Dark,
but I actually wasn't super dark at the time.
Skin baby. Oh, you a light skin baby.
I was definitely a light skin baby. I don't know what happened. I was the same skin complexion as my mom when I was born. Now I'm the same skin complexion as my dad.
I'm in the middle of the two, which is nice.
I have no clue what the fuck happened. Just one day, I guess I woke up and I was like, I'm dark now. Ah!
You said dark skin.
Dark skin for life.
All right. Well, folks, hope y'all enjoyed this podcast. It should be going live later tonight, early in the morning tomorrow on the 18th. We're going to holler at y'all later in the next one. Hopefully we have the full squad. It's your boy Woozilla, and we out. Peace.
Diesel not being in the next one, I'm not going to be out here looking like a big worm.